Any teams that are unhappy to see that win go on the board?
Yeah, there probably isn't a single team.
Maybe NBA teams looking for the draft. But take a look at Sammy Gallagher, a Lil Dart, Eva Langton, Elena Howden. Got to still get used to that a little bit. And Zoe Richards up front doing the damage. This is a team that's been playing really well and finding its way, especially on the glass in games of late. Yeah,
100%. And great to see Zoe Richards, of course, back into Sky Broadband Rapid League after being in the starting 5 on Friday evening. That means Rebecca Pizzi is available and healthy tonight for the Southern Hoiho. We'll take a look at the BNZ Kāhu starting 5. Anderson, Schroeder, Tuilave, Morton Jones and Tinney. Not much movement from the BNZ Kāhu in terms of their Rapid League at all.
No, certainly isn't. But a good solid front line. Look for Vitalia Tuilave to get a little bit more involved today. But a lot of that revolves offensively around Anderson and around Schroeder. Their ability to break down defenses in the half court and in transition is going to be key for the Kāhu to reach their top level today as we take a look at the head-to-head. Look at those points scored for the Kāhu. That is the lowest in the competition. The Hoiho are able to pull up a little bit above that. Points allowed, not too much discrepancy between those, so similar levels of defense. Hoiho, really good addition to that rock. The Kāhu, the least in terms of assists, passing to other people. And it's all going to be about Schroeder and Dart lighting up, leading scores for those teams. If either gets shut down just a wee bit, going to be very difficult for their squad to get the victory.
Plenty to see here today in Tamaki Makaurau as the crowd starts to build. Hoiho, of course, in their whites, Kāhu in the blue and purple, and we're underway here. Howden is going to snatch it out of mid-air.
I think I had a little surprise by Schroeder there. I thought she was going the other way.
Classic scenes, classic scenes. Lil Dart been a standout for the Southern Hoiho so far this year. Howden from downtown wastes no time.
Look at that. Catch, shoot, and release. Nothing but net. That's reasonably deep, too. Schroeder's going to have to really lock in defensively, much the way as Howden is on her right now.
Man, she is suffocating
that's
Schroeder in there. You called it, Casey. Just the butt came out from Asia Anderson. Howden is having a game in the first 30 seconds.
How about it? Straight off the bat, gets that beautiful triple, forces the turnover on the other side. Exactly what you want from your guards to set that tone on both ends. Now let's see if the Hoiho can keep it going here.
Of course, if you are confused at home, formerly Alana Paiwai recently got married, so congratulations, Alana and co. Richards, Dart into Langton. Tinney on her. That's a Zoe. Oh, can't make it 2 from 2, Hoiho.
She's been shooting the ball with confidence lately and really quick release as well. Gets able to get it off quickly.
Ball goes into Tuilave. It's stripped away by Lil Dart. What an energy bunny she is, and here she goes. Howden, can she go 2 for 2? She cannot.
Oh, gotta look up. Nice break opportunity.
Oh, Emma K. Schroeder blows the wide open bunny.
Yeah, just I got that, received that ball and didn't have the opportunity to set her steps for the layup. Caught a little bit beneath the rim, so an awkward angle for the finish. But you love that push and transition, really putting the defense under pressure. Just, of course, would rather convert. Ooh,
Gallagher loses all defenders by Tuilave. Sends her to the ground. Gets a foot to the throat even, Gallagher.
That was from our own teammate, unfortunately. So Richard's having a laugh about it now. Sorry for kicking you in the dome. But lovely finish. Love the little fake handoff. And then she really turns on the jets to turn that corner, sprints to the cup for the finish. Not great communication by the Kāhu there. Defenders coming together, no communication on who's going to get who. That lack of chatter ends up in a three-point play from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Sammy Gallagher and a 6-0 lead for the Hoiho early.
Of course, last time these two teams played, it was a E.K. Schroeder and Sammy Gallagher three-point shootout. We'll see if we have a bit of that same action here today. Tinney, rebounded by Morton Jones. Anderson doing Anderson things. Schroeder attacks on her left hand all the way to the cup and can't go one better once again. But another possession for the Kāhu, and that one will count.
Well, stick-to-itiveness in full effect. Multiple opportunities on the offensive end as Schroeder gets pinged for the whistle deep in the backcourt. You don't want that one because is that number 3 on the Kāhu already?
I think it is there, Casey. It's going to be 2 from the Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, walking down, that is unfortunate. Picking up the 3rd foul that far down the court, but on the offensive end, the Kāhu, good signs there, especially that effort on the offensive glass. You know, if you're not shooting the ball great, the ability to go back and get a couple extra opportunities, that really does keep you in the ball game. But not the way that the Hoiho are shooting from deep and from the Chemist Warehouse stripe today.
Howden makes them both. Hoiho a 5-point lead. Having this matchup between the two guards. Anderson gives it back to Schroeder. Sienna Maurice, 15-year-old's first taste of Rapid League tonight. Great cut. Keely Tinney. Dart is there, but to no avail.
Strong finish by Keely Tinney. That was almost the second time Dart took one away, and she's looking on the other end really quickly. Nearly took away a third from Tuolave.
And well defended there by Sienna Maurice. The wall up in mid-air. Well, take a look at that. Completely legal defense, and then almost everyone on the floor had hands on it.
Just love to see the youngsters coming in and just get the nose right in there. As you mentioned, year 11 is a Rangi Toto College. So coming out here against some size and strength of some older women is going to be a nice test.
Anderson finds Tinney. The back cut is no good. Two-man game with Tuilave. Loves that little mid-range shot. It's no good though. Here come the Hoiho. Hill Dart gonna slow things down. Tipped away by Tuilave.
Nice aggressive defense for the Kāhu in the latter stages of this first quarter. Got a little bit more aggressive and doing a better job of pressuring those wings, forcing those catches 2-3 meters beyond that three-point line. That really impacts the effectiveness of the offense. You know, to get those quick drives, it allows help to come over so much more easily.
Harris into the game as well. Langton from downtown, doesn't need much time to think about it. Gordon Jones is a rebounding machine. Maurice, Tuilave gets it back to Maurice. Tinney now has a go. Not much going on here for the Kāhu. Anderson looks to create, just bullies her way through. Can't grab that one out of mid-air, Tuilave. Final possessions here. To Abby Harris it goes. Backs down on the younger Maurice. Richards from deep, no. Rebounded by Anderson. Woo!
So Richards just off on that one. Opportunity for just about the last possession of the quarter here for the Kāhu. About a 1.5 second discrepancy. Let's see if they recognize it or if they decide to go a little earlier.
Gordon Jones looks to play the patient game. Finds Maurice. Maurice has got to make something work and scores her debut Rapid League points, the 15-year-old.
Ice cold, baby. She's ice cold. Clock running down. Get the little runner. Big smile coming off the court after that one. Take another look at it. Little shot fake. Comes, hits the runner. Smooth as you like it. Ice water flowing in the veins of that 15-year-old.
Just unfazed by the big stage. Sienna Maurice as the Hoiho have a slim 1-point lead at the end of that. A hot start for them, but good signs for the Kāhu late in that one.
Well, great signs for the Kāhu. I mean, they were down 6-0 and really on the back foot for the majority of that quarter. Did play solid defense for the most part, holding the Hoiho to just 28% shooting. They shot just 25% themselves, but they were helped out by some offensive rebounding. They got active on the glass and were able to pick up 3 boards on the offensive end. That led to some second chance opportunities. And those keeping them in the game. You want to stay in the game, you got to stay fed. If you're going to stay fed,
there he is.
No way to do it other than with a large cheese pizza from Sal's. $30, that's value. Online code DUCK2025 or use that QR code. This is valid until the 13th of November. That's this Thursday coming up. So plenty of time to get your cheese this week.
Cheese this week. Cheese on a Sunday when it's raining outside.
No bad time for cheese.
You can't beat that.
Unless you cut it.
Sure.
Cut the cheese? Are you familiar with that? With that saying?
Am I too young?
You must be, guy. That's are you too young for everything, Maya? So maybe one day you can look it up on your Fiverr starter from Sky Broadband, $55 a month for the first 12 months. Or you visit skybroadband.co.nz or call 09-525-5555.
King of Segways.
Fantastic deal there.
Casey Frank. We're underway. Back to the basketball action. Enough of this chit-chat. Of course, the Kāhu looking to take the lead in this position. Maurice is a hot hand. Anderson being the leader of this Kāhu squad and starts it off with a bang.
Well, it's just bend by don't break by the Hoiho here, but they are giving up these jumpers in that mid-range. And good aggressive shots the last 2 possessions by the Kāhu. With that efficiency has given them the lead.
Maurice proving to be a nuisance in her first game.
Oh, no.
Oh, but she's been whistled for the foul.
That is not a good call.
Casey Frank is saying it bluntly, not a good call.
That is not a good call. She had the steal. She was actually, from my point of view, it's almost unsportsmanlike. That's free path to the basket, unfortunately. But unfortunately for Sienna, it gets pinged there.
Welcome to the league, Sienna.
No
That's
complaint.
all we can say.
That's how you know she's young. There's no complaints there whatsoever. She's like, yeah, sweet ass.
I'll take it. Richards, speaking of taking it, goes right at Anderson, way long.
Morton Jones, another rebound. She's doing great work on the glass here in the first half.
Oda misses Anderson. Morton Jones looking for something to work. And that pass probably had 0% chance of getting to Tinney.
Yeah, tough angle. The defender wasn't fooled. It was just a little speculative.
Dart.
Oh my!
Jeez, the dime over to Langton. It's gone through hands though. Kāhu come up with it.
Fantastic vision by Dart. Unfortunately, Langton couldn't quite get the shot off.
Morton Jones had no options. Gets it back to Anderson. Maurice. Finds Tinney. Clock running out here. Schroeder takes matters into her own hands. Can't get the finish. Hoiho to score their first points of the quarter through Eva Langton. No. Harris can't find the extra position, and the Kāhu hang on to their lead.
Really nice box out by Tinney underneath. Then we take another look at that beautiful pass by Dart. Langton tries to hit the extra. Probably would have been better off just attacking the rim, trying to get that finish. But I think she was a little bit surprised by that reception herself.
Great cut there, Eva Langton. Played for the championship-winning Phi last year, of course. Great pass, Morton Jones. Tinney finishes it off.
Well, second time's the charm for that little connection. Looked for the back door the first time, but a much better angle from the wing to the weak side of the court, enabled Tinney to corral that a little bit more easily for the finish.
Langton, nowhere to go. Richards back to the trusted Lil Dart.
A little freeze with the dribble there.
Gets right to the rim, everything but. And here goes Sienna Maurice.
Look at the Jets.
Woo! Just burns Zoe Richards, and there's another bucket for the 15-year-old.
Oof, just a lot of confidence in this youngster. Goes there for.
Oh, there she goes.
Gets her nose in defensively as well. Impressive debut.
Oh.
She forced a turnover there.
Is this your first time seeing Sienna Maurice, Casey?
This is my first time. I haven't spent a lot of time in the high school scene here in Auckland. But always a pleasure to see him come up to the big level.
It's always a blessing. Sienna Maurice, starting point guard for the Under-16 Asia Cup team that came second earlier this year, and another turnover for the Hoiho. The Kāhu causing some serious issues, and the lead has extended once again.
Back-to-back left-handed finishes. Look at that kick ahead, though. Abby Harris wasn't seeing it coming.
Another turnover, Casey.
Abby Harris just needs to be a bit more prepared. When you're running ahead of the defense like that, you need to expect that basketball turned around a little bit late. Well delivered by Dart. But that connection was not to be. And how about the Kāhu? Up 7 points here. A minute to go towards halftime and dominant. In transition especially.
Want to make it a double-digit lead with a bucket here. Morton Jones. Maurice, having the confidence she's playing with. Into the hands of Gilbert, though. Hoiho get a turnover for themselves. Dart. Spacing gone a bit haywire for the Hoiho. To collect themselves here. Anderson tips it away. 8 goes the shot clock. Gallagher to the rim. Tough finish, Sammy Gallagher.
She got the second bucket of the game. There we see a steal by Elise Gilbert. And the finish, almost. Nearly gets it, but Gallagher strong to the rim. She's going to get another chance here.
It's a messy end to this quarter, Casey Frank. The Hoiho make it count. And just like that, they are back within 3. You blink and you miss it.
Well, that's an unfortunate decision-making there by a young Kāhu squad. Hopeful to get off that last shot, but really not just locked in enough on what the defense is providing them with. They need to be a bit more patient with that basketball. Much better off, obviously, holding on to it than giving up 4 quick points. And unfortunately, that's what happened. Went from a 7-point lead to a 3-point lead with a quickness. The Hoiho are saying, we're not out of this yet, despite the Kāhu coming out and playing with a lot of aggressiveness. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. And it's doing it with defense, are the Kāhu. They have 3 steals. They're holding the Hoiho to just 30% from the field. And there we see the leading scorers in the game. It's actually not Elena Paiwai anymore, but it is
Howden. Yeah.
For some reason in my head there, I couldn't get the Paiwai out. But then we see her leading scorer, 7, open things up with a triple. Schroeder, Tinney, and Maurice all contributing nicely here in the first half for the Kāhu, a little bit well spread out. Looking at the rebounds, 12-4 advantage to the Kāhu. That's why they're winning this ball game. Multiple efforts by Morton Jones in particular are being rewarded. Just a single rebound spread out amongst 4 players for the Hoiho. Just 2 assists per team. It actually bodes well for the Kāhu. Normally the Hoiho really good at finding their teammates. They've had a few more turnovers today, but a lot of steals. That's why the Hoiho got back in this one, especially at the end there. A couple of extras, one by Gilbert, one by Gallagher. 6 steals to 3. Overall, the turnover game, 7 for the Kāhu, 4 for the Hoiho. That plus 3 has allowed them to stay within touch distance here coming into the second half.
Plenty still to come, and really you can't predict it. Fatigue, though, may be a factor setting in for the Kāhu late, playing with 6, the Hoiho playing with 7. Could that affect something?
I would say, but they got way too many teenagers in there.
True. they don't deserve to be tired.
And you know, the fatigue, if fatigue is hitting you in the rapid league version of the game, well, we're going to have to hit a couple more wind sprints. we are not ready for basketball if the 16-minute game is a little bit too much for you.
Full stats, of course, brought to you by the Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of Tauihi Basketball. As the Kāhu gals are rearing and ready to go. Still holding on to that lead. Sure has been brought closer by the girls from the deep south.
And this will be a learning moment for this Kāhu team. They just made those mistakes. How do they bounce back from that? Do they double down and continue to sort of push the pace and try and bend this Hoiho defense, or they get a little bit passive? Let's see how these young guards especially react. I expect the Hoiho to come out and really lift the aggressiveness.
Dart loves a 3-ball.
Ooh. Just like that, 7 straight points, and we're all tied up. Kāhu are feeling good. Lil Dart dropping that tray ball.
Always going to shoot that, Lil Dart. Just needs a little bit of space.
Yeah, defense needs to be a bit more aware there and come up closer after that on ball, or get some communication on the switch.
Shot clock's running down, the Kāhu bench yelling it out. Anderson tasked with finding a bucket. A lot of time wasted. Tuilave's got to pull it, and a pretty good attempt.
I never really liked it when I was on offense and my teammates counted down the clock. I thought that gave advantage to the defense.
Oh, Lil Dart almost went back-to-back. Know what you mean? Gives the defense time to know that they can just lock it down.
Oh, look at Bauman.
Howden
is in there.
Man, she has been an energizing bunny right from the first possession.
Well, she really set the tone early. And then things kind of went away as we go back and take a look at this Maurice layup from earlier in the game.
Schroeder a little shaken by Howden's pressure at the moment, it seems.
It's a gap in physicality there. I think Howden, both here in the Dart matchup against Maurice as well.
Yeah, Dart just giving some lessons to the youngster.
Well, the young players came out, they swung hard, and now here's where the veterans say, okay, well, let's see if we're going to stand up to this one.
Out back in front go the Hoiho by 2. Tuilave out of options. Great cut from Emma Schroeder, and she just ties it up.
Nice pass by Tuilave from the center position as well. It was a little bit stuck, but obviously wouldn't have had anything if Schroeder hadn't made that aggressive cut to the basket.
Gallagher likes that matchup. Goes long on that one. Gilbert collects again.
Gilbert and Gallagher have really been pulling the hard yards, making the little plays that are so important.
Dart cutting Gallagher. Langton dying seconds. Oh, good. And it was almost another one for Gallagher. Here come the Kāhu instead. To Anderson it goes, and who else other than Howden collecting it?
Right place, right time.
Skips it over to Dart. Absolutely, yes. That's too much space for Lil Da.
Just going to have to be more aware of her in the half court and in transition. And suddenly, 13-2 run has the Hoiho back in control of this ball game.
Kāhu, a little bit lifeless right now. Cut Tini, looks to body through Langton.
I think she's going to get that whistle going up with it. Louise Gilbert, I think a little bit of arm. Thought she had some basketball, but that's going to be 2 shots from the Chemist Warehouse stripe for Tini.
Love the aggressiveness there from Keely Tini, just putting her head down and getting to the rim.
This Kāhu team has been much better when they've been attacking the painted area, either in transition or in the half court. Haven't found a lot of success shooting the ball from the perimeter just yet. 1 for 3 from beyond the arc.
And this is the first Keely Tini, the 25-year-old. Of course, with the championship winning team in 2023 with the Kāhu. Makes the second one, back to a 2-point game. Ball's fired up to Langton. Into Harris on her favoured left, but Tauihi has something to say about it.
Can't teach height. Tauihi has a lot of that.
Schroeder from downtown. Can't make it connect.
Like the shot though, like the offense. Howden coming back, almost got that through. Schroeder sees it in the last second, otherwise that would have been a Langton layup.
6 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Hoiho, of course, swinging back in front in this third. Howden gets the screen from Harris. Dimes into the big gal, and 2 more for the Hoiho.
Well executed pick and roll action straight down the line, and a good roll is what opened that up.
Tini up and under, draws the contact.
Poor transition defense. That's on a made bucket that they're just getting beat back down the court. Nobody there to pick up Tini on the full court catch. And she, when the help came late, aggressively went right at it. Gets the finish, and now has a chance to add to her total, which is moving up there, up to 7 points on the evening or afternoon now. Tauihi with another hand on the ball, keeps possession to Anderson.
Chance to even it up here, the Kāhu. That ball's moving well. Skips over to Maurice. Attacks the closeout. Gets through. Can't make it count, and the ball will go the way of the Hoiho.
Maurice has a clever step there. Doing well against the physicality of Dart, who probably doesn't know it, but she's certainly the elder in that matchup.
She's probably not used to being the older one of a matchup.
Not often that she's feeling, hey, I'm super experienced here today. Oh, that looked like a travel there.
Yeah, got away with one there, I think, Howden. Through hands, tried to get it to Langton. He wasn't quite on.
Solid defense from the Kāhu in terms of getting those hands in the passing lanes these last few possessions. And they need to be aware of that to make these entry passes difficult.
Gilbert gives it to Howden. Shot clock's at 7. Langton hasn't had success from deep so far. Gets it to Howden, who needs to put it up. A little scoop layup, no good. The dying seconds of this one belongs to Maurice.
Oh, she doesn't see the clock.
Tini from deep. Oh, yeah, you're right. Don't think she quite recognized that one. And she does walk off with a sheepish grin.
Still got a shot off, which is the important part. And the Kāhu, despite a slower quarter that time around, getting outscored 10-5. Just down to 2 points as we head into the fourth quarter. The defense has stayed solid. Hoiho not doing a great job of getting the ball in the bucket, shooting 36% from the field compared to the Kāhu, who are shooting at 47% at this point. Loving the glass for the Auckland squad. 16 rebounds to 8 for the Hoiho. That shows just a really a great amount of determination on the glass. But they haven't been able to turn that into a possession advantage. They've actually got 3 less shots. That's because they have 9 turnovers to just 4 for the Hoiho. So when you add all that up, you can see why the Hoiho have the slimmest, well, not the slimmest of leads, but a pretty slim.
They're pretty slim. 2 points is pretty slim, I would say. What do you think we can expect then, Casey Frank, for the last 4 minutes of basketball here?
Well, I'd be looking for the Hoiho to continue to try and impose their will in the half court out of the on-ball. They've had a lot of success out of that, both hitting the roller and just pulling up when the defense gets a little confused. for the Kāhu, it's all been the transition game. That's when they've been the most successful. They're struggling a little bit in the half court, especially when they don't swing that ball from side to side. So if the Kāhu can continue to control the glass and get a few fast breaks, I think they might pull it out. But conversely, if the Hoiho slow down that transition attack, I think they'll be the victors today.
Well, let's see, 4 more minutes here of Sky Broadband Rapid League action in Tamaki Makaurau. Of course, the away team with a slim lead. Harris tried to get the board on her own, missed attempt. It'll go the way of the hosts.
Good aggressiveness. You like to see that. Follow up on the shot. Tuolave chases the ball after challenging that shot instead of boxing out, and that is what turned into a jump ball, but possession stays with the Kāhu.
Anderson, Tinney with a real aggression mindset today. Draws another foul. She's done a great job of just putting her head down and getting to the rim today.
She's got really good size and a nice finishing touch. And they're putting smaller players on her. She's even happier to get to that painted area and force her will. And really, it's just she's the one who's taking it upon herself at the moment. Like, well, if nobody else is getting penetration, by the time it comes to me, I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can't carve some space.
That's her 8th point there, Keely Tinney. In that double-digit territory that no one else is in just yet. And that makes her the leading scorer for both sides. Little Dart following at 8 points.
I'd be surprised if Lil Dart gets a little aggressive here down the stretch.
Finds Howden, does Dart. Howden now with the lane. Richards back out to Dart. Leaves it short. Her falls fortuitously to Howden. Can't find a finish. Kāhu secure it and a chance for them to take the lead. Harris read that one like a book. Unfortunate bounce off the tummy.
Triple for Morton Jones.
Oh, that would have hurt if it had gone. Good job, the Hoiho, securing that one and slowing things down.
A couple of good reads defensively, but still ended up in a wide open look.
Richards, right idea there.
That's trouble. Oh, stepped out of bounds. Actually, so either way, a turnover. Just a little high on that pass to Richards in the post, so she's unable to get the finish at the rim. Floated a bit, and that leads to another unforced error for the Hoiho.
2.5 to go. A lot of room for you at this point of the game. Listen.
I wonder if I can get the ball to Sienna Maurice right now. She's got Zoe Richards on her. She's got a bit of speed in that matchup.
And instead, they get it to Emma Schroeder.
Post play.
Weight rooms, Alana Howden.
Definitely used the height there, was comfortable on that catch, and when she does nicely, she gets it up quick, knowing that she's a bit taller, a bit longer. Doesn't have to worry about the shot being blocked. Oh,
stripped away by Anderson. Here they come in transition. Anderson decides to go herself. Schroeder tries to oop it on the rebound. Morton Jones bangs it for 2. There you go.
6 straight points for the Kāhu. Really nice response to open this fourth quarter. But what do the Hoiho have in store? It might be a little bit more Lil Dart.
Well, it's going to be a turnover is what they have in store. Emma K. Schroeder can't get the M1, but gets the hearty foul from Elise Gilbert.
Well, the Hoiho are not seeing any angles to pass on that strong side. Looking for this weak side the last few times, and it's just been turnovers. Kāhu very active, coming over to take away those opportunities. Schroeder might be a little bit shaken up here. Hard foul there by Gilbert as she was going to the cup. Asia Anderson checks out of the ball game. Little surprise for me. She's one of their, I think, stouter defenders. But this is a lineup that they think is going to be able to help them close the game. Schroeder, very important make there. Stretches the lead to 5, but here 6, really making a tough 2-possession, 2 3-point game to get back into it with the make. And she does that.
Never looked like missing Schroeder, and you're right, back to 6.
And here comes Dart.
Well, they've got to act quick, don't they? And lucky not to get another turnover, the Hoiho. That errant pass from Lil Dart.
Really like that aggressiveness. When the defending you that far away, when you get that straight line attack, just go with it. Don't dilly-dally with the ball. Don't play with it. Straight attacks get you to the cup.
Gallagher finds Langton. Doesn't have much time to waste here. Richards, Gallagher. Good old Dunedin duo. It's luckily tipped away by Morton Jones, but not much happening for the Hoiho right now.
Double tip there, 9 seconds left on the clock. It was a quick break.
That's what they had in mind.
That was about 13 seconds there.
I was going to say, you are rolling the dice, taking off Anderson that late in the piece. Hoiho got out quick. Dart steps back against Schroeder. Finds some space, little dart. Ooh, good look, and Maurice just caught holding the jersey there, and she knows it. She's been caught.
Well, Langton just imposes her well physically, has a bit of height, has a bit of strength on the teenager, so she gets in on the weak side. Maurice, good fight. Didn't back away from it, but unfortunately caught in poor position, so he gets the whistle.
Again, the Hoiho, they've got to work fast here. Gallagher understands the assignment. Can't nail it. Richards, oh, and she takes down the hardcourt sign as she hustles. Classic signs from Zoe Richards.
She spends about as much time on the floor as the plywood in the gym. She is always going, giving it up, her physicality to go get the ball.
There she is
once again. But this time it's allowed a fast break opportunity.
Oh, Anderson draws the foul on Gilbert. Again, she's been the guilty culprit in a few of these fouls.
And we spoke about it coming into the fourth quarter, Maya, with the difference where the two teams were going to look to attack. The Hoiho in the half court out of the on-ball. Well, it's been nothing but turnovers. The Kāhu were going to be looking to up their pressure in transition and look at the opportunities they've created with those live ball switches of possession, getting down really quickly to get these fast break opportunities. Anderson gives him the old Dylan Boucher, gets a couple of people to step in.
Got him on the Kumis Warehouse.
Here comes a little shot fake.
Oh, everyone be patient. And that's important there. Makes the second one.
Kāhu with a 9-point lead. We're going back to back.
Go on, Kāhu.
Everything's on the up. Could this just be what the Tauihi teams needs to get their first win of the season?
Bit of confidence wouldn't hurt. Dart, speaking of confidence, pulls it from deep. Needed to take that shot.
Yeah, I mean, you needed a shot. I don't know. I would like to see something a little bit more created. You know, taking a step back to 23-24, that's a high degree of difficulty. At least if you go to the cup, maybe you get a whistle, maybe you stop the clock, set up your defense on an N1. But, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. Can't be.
Hey, she had a tough one down the stretch against the Phi. If anyone in the Hoiho team was going to do it, it was going to be Dart, but I'm afraid they may just be running out of time here, the Hoiho. Air pass over to Tinney. Well done, just snatched that out in midair, and that's well and truly the icing on the cake, you'd think.
Tinney, 11 points now, even lead scorer in the game with Schroeder. Doing it from inside, doing it from out. The Kāhu about to seal victory number 2.
How good has this fourth quarter been for the Kāhu? The Hoiho going scoreless.
Yeah, you mentioned you thought that maybe, as you see Gallagher really hustling to get the turnover there, that you thought it might have been the Kāhu that are going to be affected by fatigue down the stretch.
Yep, not at all.
But it was the Hoiho that actually couldn't match the level of this young Kāhu squad as they powered down the fourth quarter of this game.
Well, it was 22-20 to the Hoiho at quarter time.
And it is still 22.
13-0 run is not too shabby from the hosts, and that'll be their second Rapid League win in a row, Casey, after not winning for 6 rounds. BNZ player timeout called here by the BNZ Kāhu.
And it's actually a 15-0 run heading back to the fourth quarter for this squad. They went from down 4 to up 11. And just exploded offensively. Of course, you can get your tickets to the game from the BNZ, all thanks to the player timeout. Use that QR code. You can have your chance to win tickets to this season's games. Time is running out, though. Only a couple of weeks left.
Business end.
Business end.
Some
of the
may
season.
say. Just under 14 on the clock here, so realistically, it could be the final position of the game that we're looking at. Schroeder has handled pressure well tonight. Anderson gets the seal, bullies her way through. Oh, would have been the icing. And Howden
hit that one just
finish things off. Oh, that would have been exciting from Alana Howden. And how about that from the Northern Kāhu, Casey Frank?
Tremendous effort, and showing that the last performance wasn't a fluke. And just love the way they did it today. They're down 22-18, down by as many as 6 points in today's game, and then up by 7, and then lost that lead, down by 4 again, and just fight back. 15 great points to finish the ball game. What a run to get the win.
Well, there you have it. The Kāhu have started the day with a win. Can they make it 2 from 2 in Tauihi later this afternoon? Well, fingers crossed that they will. Keely Tini and Schroeder. What a game from them, and for the Kāhu in general.
Yeah, I think that's the key. It was a collective effort. So some great shooting, 46% from the field, 54% from inside 2. Dart leading the way for the Hoiho. Looking at Howden there, leading the rebounds. Howden and Paiwai. 6 for Morton Jones, and she really got it started with those offensive rebounds in the first half. That's where things started to change for the Kāhu. Asia Anderson, 2 assists, 2 for Tini as well. Howden, Nay, Paiwai, 2 assists as well.
She's everywhere.
How many times can I say Nay today? Gonna feel a little horsey. On to the steals. Look at that. Despite forcing 9 steals on the day, the Hoiho can't grab the win. 2 for Gallagher, Gilbert, and Dart each. The Kāhu forcing 5 as a squad. All your culprits on screen, named there. And that'll do it for the Chemist Warehouse Stats. Thanks to the official stats partner of the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi.
Plenty of action coming up later this afternoon. In just over half an hour. It is the Tauihi matchup, and I hear there's a rumor there's a Tauihi first, but you'll just have to stick around to find out what that is.
Somebody's going to be twinning.
That's a little sneak peek. Okay, we'll see you soon here on Sky Sport.
Claire, coming into this game, the Hoiho, tough loss on your home court, but looking to bounce back. What would you like to improve upon in today's game to get this win against the Kāhu?
I think that...
Amy, welcome to New Zealand. Thanks so much for joining the league. And first game up, a couple of new... Amy, welcome to New Zealand. Thanks so much for joining the league. And first game up, a couple of new recruits for the Kāhu. What are you two hoping to bring in terms of energy to try and get over this winless streak?
Winless streak, yep. We're hoping to bring a lot of defensive energy. I know, like, we're roommates, so the past couple of days we've been chatting. We're just hoping to bring just the fun back into it, the competitiveness, and just work really, really hard.
And you do have to work hard against this Hoiho squad. They've been playing good basketball. It was late, a tough loss last time out. But looking at that team, what do you hope to limit to give the Kāhu a chance to win today?
I think a big key for us is on the boards. We really, really need to limit them to one shot and get on the glass and rebound.
And just finally, a little bit of history in the Tauihi today. We've got twins playing against each other. I'm not sure how often you and your sister have played against one another, but what an experience it is. Can you share with us a little bit what it's like to compete against someone you've obviously spent a lot of time with?
I would say the scout is a lot easier when you have it ingrained in your memory. No, we've only ever actually played each other once, so it's kind of really exciting. We're each other's matchup, I've heard, so it'll be a lot of fun. Very aggressive. So we'll see which way the foul calls go.
Amy, welcome to New Zealand. Amy, welcome to New Zealand. Thanks so much.
Foul calls go. Aggressive. So we'll see which way the foul calls go. Foul calls go.
Amy, welcome to New Zealand.
So we'll see which way the foul calls go.
Claire, coming into this game, the Hoiho, tough loss.
Going to be such a battle, but I'm currently 1-0, so I'm taking that, and we're getting 2-0 against her.
BBNZ. BBNZ Kāhu's amazing supporters also. BBNZ. High Stripper Go Property Management. Trilogy. Getting away with them. The Factory. Funnel Finlay. Archie Waitua Archive. One-side Eventfinda Stadium. Q. And our team's division is Genetics. Rehab.co.nz. something a little unique to this matchup, which is something you don't see too often in sport. It's going to be bragging rights between two twins on both sides of the court. We've got the Australian Atlantic duo of Air Jackets, the Hoiho, brand new recruits to the Kāhu. Her twin sister Amy Jacobs looking out for them in on-scene doubles. Good news for us is we can tell them apart because different uniforms, different parts of the court, but they're both starting. So looking forward to that battle. And bragging rights for Christmas lunch, there's no doubt about it. The two Jacobs going head to head. Soon enough, we're going to be welcoming Jan the G4 drum line to be welcoming now BBNZ Kāhu. DJ Johnson on the two here in the corner. As well as that, Kāhu Rungy goes to the corner there by the BBNZ fan zone. Give that a big shout, a hot five around the net. BBNZ fan zone open to all fans. Young and old, to grab yourself a basketball if you can by trying to win on the ball machine. It's happening on Buffalo.
Turn it off and that's okay. That's okay.
Just about ready to welcome our both teams to benches for 10 minutes out. We've got our visitors ready to rock and roll very shortly as well. The more drum lines you can see here will be welcoming out your team to the BBNZ Kāhu. Takes the benches, please, for 10 minutes to about to welcome out the visitors here at the main hop to drop throughout season 2025. If there's anyone from the Deep South, make a bit of noise for your team right now. Suiting up tonight for the Hoiho, please welcome number 4, Alana Howden. Singlet number 9 was matched with the last game, Tamara Gallagher. Number 12, Lilta. 14 is Abby Harris. 17, Eva Langton. 24, had the skates on earlier, Zoe Richard. Number 28, Elise Gilbert. And the starters, 5 here with the Solid Hoiho. Please welcome number 3, Taylor Simmons. Number 8, Beck Busy. In 10, Jessie Edwards. 11, Claire Jacobs. 22, Paige Bradley. Head coach is Todd Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your opposition. The Southern Hoiho time now to make some noise for your squad. Here they come, the BBNZ Kāhu. Out by the deep boys, front line, it's time to make some noise. The number 3, Emma Schroeder. Next up, out of this one on debut, Sienna. Sitting up at number 10, Tauihi Basketball. Number 12, Mary Nottingham. In 13, let's hear it for Keely Tinney. Number 27, Aisha Anderson. And the first will walk in here for the Australian, Erin. Let's make some noise for number 1, Tauihi Basketball. Number 2, one of the twins, Amy Jenkins. Number 5, Haley Rydell. Number 8, let's hear from Abby Curtin. Captain, number 33, Lauren Mansfield. Everybody down there. Head coach Jody Cameron, assisted by Justin Reed and Darcy Finnegan, the manager Leah Morgan, alongside the strength and conditioning coach Logan Monica, and the physio Chris Mack. Ladies and gentlemen, your BBNZ Kāhu.
Kia ora iti whānau, no mai, haere mai, and a welcome in to Tauihi action here in Tamaki Makaurau. It is round 7, and on your Sunday afternoon, a goodie is being hosted here in Northern Kāhu against the Southern Hoiho here at Eventfinda Stadium. And starting to build, things getting exciting. Maya Williamson joined by Casey. Frank, Casey, a goodie on our hands today.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've got the Hoiho will be looking to bounce back from a tough loss earlier in the weekend on their home court. And the Kāhu squad obviously still searching for their first win, but hopefully with a little bit of a fresh attitude, a couple of new pieces on the chessboard for them. See if it can't get them that win, which the folks at home are thinking they got a little bit of a chance thanks to the Good Health mixandpick.com poll. Who gets the win? There's the question. The Kāhu, a full third of the audience thinking that's so. The Hoiho by, is that 9 or more down to 8%. And a couple of weeks ago, that might have been very different.
Well, the Kāhu have well and truly competed these last 2 weeks. They got the Sky Broadband Rapid League win earlier today, so there are some good signs for the team that is still winless.
Yeah, there are some good signs, and with a couple of new players, maybe that's the fresh injection of energy that they need to find a higher level of play against the Hoiho squad that up to this point has been pretty dominant against them.
We'll take a look at the current standings of Tauihi League. The Tauranga Whai back on top against the Hoiho on Friday. Then there's the Kāhu 0-7 at the moment, and it's do or die for them today.
Got to get that win. As we take a look at the starting lineups following that. Not a lot of movement for the Kāhu on that ladder. There's some upcoming fixtures coming up here. See the Queens tip off the action against this Kāhu squad next Friday down in Wellington. And that action next week will be finishing up with that FIBA Molokai game that will have some seeding implications for both squads.
Definitely getting to the business end. We'll take a look at the Southern Hoiho starting 5 for tonight. Bradley, Edwards, Hizzy, Simmons, and Jacobs, the first of the two for tonight. We caught up with her earlier today.
Claire, coming into this game, the Hoiho, tough loss on your home court, but looking to bounce back. What would you like to improve upon in today's game to get this win against the Kāhu?
I think that being such a close loss in our past game, we really like the energy and effort we put through, but we just need to execute and play a little bit better defense, especially in transition for this game especially.
And transition defense could be key against the Kāhu squad very quick. Still without their first win, but when you look at them in the scout, what's most important to limit their effectiveness in to keep them winless and take another win for the Hoiho?
I think really just playing as a team, like our previous games against them, we've really moved the ball well. We've had a lot of scoring power, especially being pretty even across the board. I think getting everyone the ball, feeding the post, getting our shooters open, really just playing our style of basketball against them is going to get us the win today.
And as good as that scout was, you might have one player you might have a better scout against coming up against your twin sister today. I hear you haven't only done it a couple of times, but what's this experience going to be like competing at the professional level against someone you've obviously spent a little bit of time with?
Obviously, I know how Amy plays. Amy knows how I play. I mean, this is only the second time we've played each other, so it's going to be really fun and exciting. I think if we find each other matched up on each other, it's going to be such a battle, but I'm currently 1-0, so I'm taking that, and we're getting 2-0 against it.
A twin? Did you say a twin? Well, yes, indeed. You are about to see another Jacobs.
Yeah, how about that? Two Jacobs. I'm pretty sure this is the first time that we've had twins faced off against each other. We've had a few sisters, but the twins are impressive as we take a look at Talia Tupaiwa, Haley Rynell, Claire which Jacobs said? It's
That's
confusing.
Amy.
Oh,
yep.
that's Amy
Even
Jacobs.
Case is
Okay.
getting
Abby
confused.
Curtin and Lauren Mansfield. And let's take listen to my interview from a few moments ago with Abby. Abby?
Amy, welcome to New Zealand. Thanks so much for joining the league. And first game up, a couple of new recruits for the Kāhu. What are you two hoping to bring in terms of energy to try and get over this winless streak?
In street. Yep, we're hoping to bring a lot of defensive energy. I know, like, we're roommates. The past couple of days we've been chatting. We're just hoping to bring just the fun back into it, the competitiveness, and just work really, really hard.
And you do have to work hard against this Hoiho squad. They've been playing good basketball. It was late, a tough loss last time out. But looking at that team, what do you hope to limit to give the Kāhu a chance to win today?
I think a big key for us is on the boards. We really, really need to limit them to one shot and get on the glass and rebound.
Just finally, a little bit of history in the Tauihi today. We've got twins playing against each other. I'm not sure how often you and your sister have played against one another, but what an experience it is. Can you share with us a little bit what it's like to compete against someone you've obviously spent a lot of time with?
I would say the scout is a lot easier when you have it ingrained in your memory. No, we've only ever actually played each other once, so it's kind of really exciting. We're each other's matchup, I've heard, so it'll be a lot of fun. Very aggressive. So we'll see which way the foul calls go.
Well, no, you are not experiencing deja vu. That is the identical twin of Claire Jacobs, who's just been picked up by the Kāhu after they've had a couple of releasings. And that seems like a great pickup, Casey.
Yeah, it certainly is someone who's got some scoring ability. Certainly should be familiar with the league, having watched her sister play a little bit. As we take a look at the head-to-head, there are the points scored. Unfortunately for the Kāhu, they are down there at the bottom of the competition in terms of their ability to put the ball in the basket. So will they be able to change that today against a Hoiho squad that is allowing 84 points per game, right there in the middle, not too far off from what the Kāhu are unfortunately allowing at 85. But that's the big key for me, the rebounding. Plus 1.5 for the Hoiho, minus almost 12 for this Kāhu team. Now, up front, it's going to be Rynell, it's going to be Curtin up against that powerful front line of Pizzi and Edwards. Which one of those front court lines are going to be imposed there? Will can the Kāhu big stay out of foul trouble? And can this Kāhu team finally play with 4 quarters of basketball? They've been there a few times, but the third quarter is going to be very important tonight.
Erin Bowman, of course, also brought into the squad for the Kāhu. We'll see her in no time, I'm sure. Last time these two teams matched up, it's been 2 Hoiho wins this season. First was an absolute domination here in Tamaki Makaurau. And it was a 95-86 win in Dunedin last time these two matched up. The area match officials, Brian Jones, Mikey Graham, and Danielle Cooge. Ready to rock and roll, says the MC, and yes we are. Matchup off the bat, and it's going to be the Hoiho with the first possession. Hadley is the fearless leader in her 3rd season with the Hoiho, and now tips it away.
Well, tough angle there by Bradley. Really even trying to deliver it on that side. Nice job by Rynell to be aware of that pass coming down to tip it away.
And if you see on your screens there, the twins are a matchup tonight, Casey. That's going to get fun and confusing.
Yeah, we got a little sneak peek of that. Talking to the Jacobs sisters when they let us know that was going to be her matchup. So the second time they've ever played, and they got to face off against each other, but they should know each other pretty well.
Tapia match up against Bradley. Finds Mansfield, gets a high on ball from Rynell. Dishes it off, and Rynell opens the bank account for tonight.
Good pass by Mansfield there. really drawing the defense to her position till the last second, and right now patient with the basketball, and a little effort to get the finish.
Simmons. Fouls called early against Haley right now. That's going to be something she's going to watch tonight, is this foul trouble.
Especially a cheap one like that. You know, just put a little push in the back on Pizzi, trying to stay active. You don't. That's a foul that she really doesn't need to get. She's talking to the bench now. She knows. But that's the cheap one. She really can't afford another one like that, especially in this first quarter.
Curtin just taps it away from Simmons. Does well. There's Amy Jacobs. And she gets her first Tauihi points.
Well, if that one hadn't got tipped by Claire Jacobs, that probably would have actually been stolen. But the tip allows that ball to filter through to her sister for the finish.
Bradley into Edwards. Edwards back to Simmons. Tips away, and it's tips galore to start things off.
Active hands by the Kāhu. We saw a little bit of that in Rapid League as well. Looks like a lot of defense on tape this week.
Amy Jacobs fires it into Abby Curtin. It's a hot start for the Kāhu, who are up 6-0.
And this is the pace with this smaller team that they have, that they should have been playing all season long. The question is, we're 2 minutes in, will be there in 10 minutes, in 20, and in 30.
So 4-0, I should say. To the Kāhu. Bradley into Pizzi. Oh, this is the bunny. Pizzi and goes good the second time.
Stays with that play. Nice find by Bradley. She won't get credit for the assist, but she created it. And then Pizzi actually a chance there to go the other way.
6-2 the scoreline now, and a turnover for the Kāhu. Bradley looks to run. She's got bodies with her. Finds Simmons. Pizzi does well to get that little Gortat screen, and it's back to a 2-point game.
A lot of good point guards in this league, but Paige Bradley might have the best vision in the open court. She does such a nice job of facilitating for her teammates. And a pure floor general in the old school term of use.
Of course, in her 3rd season, Paige Bradley with the Hoiho, getting better each year. Speaking of good point guards, there's Lauren Mansfield.
Really playing with that screen nicely, just creating and getting to her spot and shooting. I think she could be a bit more aggressive offensively, but she's such a point guard, she wants to get everyone else involved.
There's Jacobs, Claire Jacobs that is. Way long and doesn't get the foul call. Not happy about that one. Rynell can't collect it, angry about that one.
Well, I think she was thinking about coming up for the screen, but that was being set up by Tauihi to drop that one off. So that's that lack of awareness of what your teammate really wants to get done there. Rynell, such a good runner of the lane. That's what Tauihi was expecting that time. Unfortunately, it didn't come off.
Just see her communicating and telling her to keep running. That's an adjustment that will be made. Edwards, of course, the longer of the two on Rynell.
Rynell's playing with fire, man. She's got her hands all over that basketball. She is not really begging for the foul, but she's certainly asking for a little bit more attention defensively than she might want down there.
She can't help herself sometimes, you don't think, yeah. Rynell, eh?
Just think you can get your hand in and out of the cookie jar. But that cookie cop's on you.
Bradley leaves it short, but wow, what can you do about that?
Well, this has been the issue for this Kāhu squad all season long. They're undersized. They thought they could do it with speed, but they have no answer for that type of length. Edwards, she needs to plant herself on that block, continue. Nice job by the Kāhu to force the jump ball and retain possession though.
Well, Edwards had a time in these guys' first matchup, 22 points and 15 rebounds in that domination win. There's a physicality early from the Hoiho. Jacobs just picks the pocket of Tauihi. Oh, and well done by twin sister, Amy Jacobs.
That ball should be going back to the Kāhu. That was definitely off Jacobs.
Which one?
Good one, Claire. And there's because it goes off her body there. You see the corner of it. The defense first, but then it bounces off her body when she's out of bounds. So that's why the ball goes to the Kāhu. Nice job by the officiating crew to come together and make that decision. And great defense by Amy Jacobs in transition to take away that make.
How good is that? Twin-on-twin action in the flesh.
Unfortunately, I think for Claire there, the one person who knows what move is coming was sitting there on that.
Tauihi is getting physical against Claire Jacobs. She pulls out an errant three. Definitely out of frustration, that one.
Not enough bodies on the glass for my liking for the Kāhu. They didn't need to stay aggressive there.
Bradley skips over to Pizzi. Jacobs has a go at it. A three-point shooter is Jacobs, but can't find success on that one. Mansfield is going to calm things down a little bit here. Just a bit wayward as she connects from downtown.
She's really under control right now. She's got a pulse on what this game needs from her. And early on, it's scoring. 5 points on 2 for 2 shooting, but she's also got a rebound and an assist, so she's touching a little bit of everything.
Bradley. A lot of physicality there for the Kāhu, that hard show. And Amy Jacobs is going to take it to Pizzy. Can't find the finish, and that's the length of the Hoiho that really disrupts.
Well, this is the most aggressive we've seen the Kāhu in transition this season, though.
Jacobs, oh, it's a fire!
What a rebound!
A sitting rebound. Not sure I've even seen that before. This game has a lot to provide early.
Good rebound, better outlet. There's the tray ball.
It's a great look for Amy Jacobs, a sharp shooter. Just like her assist. Speaking of which, attacks on right now. Can't make the finish, the Hoiho not having luck.
Right now just gave up on the play. She knew she couldn't defend from behind without getting that foul. So she pulls out completely, and Jacobs just expected a little bit more resistance, I think.
Jacobs, all alone, misses the bunny.
Nice strong attack, but here comes one in the other direction.
Bradley through traffic, man. We've had Erin Bowman sitting on our right for the last 4 minutes. No stoppages.
She's definitely ready to get in, but that ball has not found a whistle just yet. You can see some heavy legs out there on the court. I think a chance for the Kāhu to actually push the pace a bit against the Hoiho squad on their second game of the weekend.
Mansfield. Oh, could have taken the first, but goes prettier on the second. And there it is. The timeout. Todd Marshall of the Southern Hoiho off the back of the Lauren Mansfield triple. How about this start from the host?
From the host and from Mansfield in particular. 8 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Wow, she is 3 for 3 from the field and 2 for 2 from behind the arc. This is an area of the game where the Kāhu have not been playing well as of late, but a different level of confidence, at least in the first 6 minutes of this ball game for the home side today.
Very different level of conversion to start things off. Casey, 25% for the Hoiho as opposed to 55 for the Kāhu. Way less margin of error to start things off.
Yeah, you speaking of that margin there, 4 turnovers for the Hoiho in that amount of time, and all caused by the Kāhu, who have 4 steals already. Defensive pressure, getting the ball in those passing lanes, making things difficult for a Hoiho squad that is on its second game of the weekend. Had some tough travel from the bottom of the country to get up here with a little bit of weather as well. So early stages, they've taken a swing from the Kāhu. This timeout, what are they talking about? Can they regroup? Can they come back in, swing themselves back into this ball game, or is it going to be Kāhu all the way from here on out?
Well, of course, the Hoiho had that game on Friday night. It was a buzzer-beater win by Emmy Shearer. So close to the Hoiho. That would have wasted a lot of legs. And obviously, disappointment as well as they slid to 4th on the ladder. Of course, thank you so much for joining us here on Sky Sport, FIBA YouTube, ESPN, or TikTok.
A little TikTok live action here in New Zealand.
You scroll a bit of the TikTok there, Casey?
Yeah, always checking the chat. And if you're interested, we do get engaged in the chat during timeouts, but only on the TikTok live.
Exclusive club over here.
Very exclusive.
Edwards gets sent to the ground. Erin Bowman.
Right into it.
Yep, welcome to Tauihi, Erin.
Comes in, gets a little bit of a hack, and that's a good way to get yourself involved in the ball game. A little bit of physicality.
Of course, 32 years old, out of America. Has played the last 5 years in Australia. Coming off NBL 1, the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. 22 points, almost 10 rebounds, 6 assists a game.
Good for her to get active in that mid-range. Good to have another perimeter scorer for this Kāhu squad. Unfortunately, they've had a little bit of a revolving door in the restricted spot, but they're hoping they found the mix here late in the year.
Richards from downtown doesn't mind a bit of three-point action. Secured well by the Kāhu, have rebounded quite well early on. Curtin decides against it. Mansfield won't get it back. Now into Curtin. Can't finish on Paige Bradley. Gets another possession. Rynell, oh my gosh, I thought they weren't going to call that for a second. Edwards runs into Rynell.
I like it when centers just decide, oh well.
Oh, well. Take that one on the chin, eh?
I'll just wear this. It's harder to stop than it is to not. So just will let it lie.
Just one on Edwards, of course. Has a bit more height to back her up than the Kāhu do. Mansfield so in control, like you said, Casey. Very classy.
I like them putting Dart on her, though. The size making it a little bit tougher as we see that she just pursues the miss with a little bit more vigor there because of her length advantage.
Dart's unafraid. She will take it to absolutely anybody. Edwards.
No foul there. Nice little hand by Curtin.
Well, they've done well against Edwards in the sides.
Well, we haven't seen Edwards get catches on the block, though. If I'm the Hoiho, that's what I'm concentrating on. Let's get lower catches in attacks.
Oh, there she is, Edwards, the long length. Didn't even look at that one, just tipped it away. Hoiho, only 6 points in the opening stanza here. There's that action you were talking about. She was sealing down low, Casey. Didn't get it, but Claire Jacobs finds the bottom of the net. Some scoring success for the Hoiho.
But even Edwards' gravity in the post, you see how the defense has to sag in. That enables that skip pass to be there. Just players in the positions that they're comfortable in, that makes the offense so much smoother.
Curtin has the speed advantage on Edwards. Tips it away and gets another possession. Mansfield throws it away, though.
Oh,
Bradley. Oh, my gosh. Everyone take a deep breath. Back the other way with Dart now. Great slip there from Edwards. Richards back to none other than Paige Bradley. Does well to go into that contact. Great finish.
A little burst off the handoff, just giving her that little extra space against Rynell so she can't really challenge that shot.
Tapia. It's a lot of contact there from Zoe Richards. And off to the Chemist Warehouse goes Tapia.
Yeah, Richards gets the whistle, but she came off second best in that encounter. As Talia Tapia, aggressive on the rim, looking for her first points of the ball game. Mansfield leading the way with 8 points. 3 other starters have 2 apiece. Looking at the Hoiho, they've got 4 players who have 1 bucket each, so neither team is really getting their eye in. And of particular notice might be Claire Jacobs, just 1 for 6 from the field at this point in the ball game. And she is so key to the heights that this Hoiho squad can hit. You know, they can do okay even if she's not going, but if they want to be as good as they can be, she's really got to be able to carry that scoring load.
Totally, she's been very impressive, especially from beyond the arc for the Hoiho this season.
Nice pass.
Tapia, like you said, great pass, and this effort from the Kāhu has come from somewhere else. They seem like a revitalized squad today.
4th offensive rebound of the first quarter.
Rynell has got to make something work against Pizzy. Can't count it. There she is. Make that 5 offensive rebounds. Can they make something count here? Bowman in her first game. Tough play. Erin Bowman, welcome to Tauihi.
Well, I thought a really nice piece of officiating there. Realizing that Rynell's shot did hit the rim because it could have looked like it didn't take another look at it. It's a beautiful move, just barely misses off that one. Gets the rebound back, though. That's the 5th offensive rebound here in the first quarter. They have really imposed their will on the glass, and this is against what most would say is a bigger, stronger team in the Hoiho, but just not being outworked right now are the Kāhu.
I've got to keep in mind as well, before this, they were the worst rebounding team in the league on paper. 5th in rebounds, 5th in offensive rebounds as well, but clearly a different intention tonight. They know that it's do or die.
And you know, they've got a few different players in, and sometimes that's just the change in mood, the change in energy that the building needs to get them to work for it.
You can definitely feel that shift in energy as they go up 5. Bradley gets it back. It's loud in the Eventfinda Stadium here. Hoiho playing against the crowd. Pizzy, too long. Jacobs opts to leave it.
And if I'm the Kāhu at this stage, every rebound I want to grab and I want to run. They've got this something going in transition. They've got something going, especially before the Hoiho defense gets set. And they need to continue to look to get that advantage going.
Great to see a lot of our young Wahine in the crowd with some signs supporting some of their idols, you could say. Bowman leaves that one short.
Nice move to get there, though.
Dart Great speed, read by Tauihi. The veteran goes into Jacobs. If there's one thing she's going to do, it's try to get a foul. Amy.
Just play the game.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about the whistle. The whistle will come if it does. If you just don't try and force that contact, it's probably a transition bucket instead. Looking for the foul, comes the other way. Hoiho take advantage.
Final seconds of this one. It's going to be Jacobs who has to throw something up on the buzzer. Can't get it to go. And it's back to a 2-point game. The Northern Kāhu, the better at the end of this one. Don't go anywhere here on Sky Sports. See you very shortly.
Now time to bring out a couple of very official contestants here. The DJ John Holmes will wrap around for the Tauihi begin.
Sup chat, is that how you say it, Casey?
Sup chat?
Sup
Yeah,
chat?
that's me. I'm all about chatting to the chat. I know what's going on there. Lovely to be here once again in the chat here on TikTok Live in Sky Sport New Zealand. And welcome to the Tauihi lead here in Aotearoa. Let's see what's going on. A lot of questions. When is the Kiwis versus Samoa? It's basketball right now.
We don't care about rugby league right now.
Hello, P Money in Kansas. No way P Money's in Kansas. The actual P Money, or this is somebody else? Bonjour from someone else, but thanks for joining us. We'll be here during every commercial break throughout this game, and here to start things off, it was pretty impressive, Maya.
Yeah, the Kāhu up 16-14. They are winless in Tauihi League right now. We've got to keep in mind. But Casey, they are playing with such a fierce aggression and intent to get a win tonight.
Yeah, and I think the aggression and the intent is what you're speaking of is key. Love the energy. You know, for the first time, we've seen them really engaged on the defensive end, especially really active in the passing lanes, taking away what we thought would have been some of the Hoiho advantage.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Hoiho have 2 wins against this Kāhu team. Would have thought they could take care of business. They're much longer. They're a bit grittier and better sitting on the table.
Are you in the chat, Maya? Different spelling, but I love Haley. It sounds like something you'd write in there.
We all love Haley, but it's not me, I swear. Well, thank you so much for joining us on TikTok, and we'll for sure be back at the next break.
There we go, that'll do us for this one, GJ. Let's hear it for Julian Allen.
Welcome back here in Tamaki Makaurau Tauihi action for your Sunday afternoon, and there's nothing better than Tauihi apart from maybe a Sal's pizza to go alongside it. $30 for your large cheese pizza. You can scan that QR code or use Dunk 2025. Valid till Thursday.
Man, looks like it's a little cheesy. Nothing like getting cheesy in the afternoon of Sunday. It's rainy up here in Auckland. Nice warm pie. Takes care of it for you.
Yep. Speaking of taking care of business, the Kāhu came out firing in that quarter, and there they are again. Just getting hands to everything, getting O-boards. They're playing like a completely different team, Casey.
And playing with a lot of energy. And this is exactly how you should play against a team that played less than 48 hours ago. You know, this is going to be their second game of the weekend. They had that tough loss Friday night. And now the Kāhu have come out, and look at the activity, just staying all over them. But once again, the question is, can they do it for a full 4 quarters?
And that's been really the story of the Kāhu season, right? Just can't string together 4 quarters like you alluded to earlier. Jacobs having a tough night so far. Dart loves nothing more than shooting a 3-ball. Jacobs can't generate another possession, so a great stop for Kāhu out the gates.
Multiple touches there. I like the way the Hoiho worked that from side to side. Actually a really nice action to get Claire Jacobs wide open from the 3-point line, but she wasn't able to nail it. Now the Kāhu instead have a chance to add to their lead.
Mansfield takes advantage of the Lil Dart slip. Anderson been a key piece off the bench for the Kāhu. Can't nail that one, but loving her injection and what she's been able to do this season, Casey.
Absolutely. Always bringing that energy in. Secondary action just basically into the down screen.
No advantages being created here for the Hoiho. They've got 4 seconds to work with. Dart, got to throw one up. Oh my gosh, Lil Dart.
Lil Dart getting it done. Hits the target once again. The offense is not pretty, but the results, we'll take it.
First lead of the night for the Hoiho. Mansfield can't change that. Flies into her team's bench trying to save that one. We'll take a look at that on the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Downtown from Lil Dart.
Well, I mean, under pressure, clock going down. She had no choice but to shoot that basketball. Lets it fly, knocks it down. That's still singing.
He's 21 years old as well, Lil Dart, but unfazed by pressure in any circumstance.
It's been great to see her accept the challenge over here. You know, she plays some rapid league as well, but has been one of the top players off the bench the entirety of the season. Really impactful on both ends.
Plays 22 minutes off the bench, so healthy role for this Hoiho squad. Simmons into Pizzi. Oh, just misses the bunny, but the Hoiho need more of that. Great look for Bowman, just too far, but you'd love that intention, just trying to go in trans.
And look how active they're getting in transition still. There's always somebody leaking out. They're really looking to force this Hoiho squad to get back with more pace than they want to use, especially given it is their second contest of the weekend.
Bradley into Edwards. Dart, the pull-up, is all alone, hits everything, but can't get the bottom of the net. Again, the Kāhu turning the Jets on. Mansfield slows it down with the on-ball here from Anderson. Oh, pocket pass. Can't convert from Anderson.
Nice speed by Dart in transition. Charge call.
Woo! Dart can't believe it.
Oh, I thought she might have been pretty close to that charge circle. We'll take another look and see if we can't see those feet. No, I can't see them from there. But Curtin was pretty standard, so it's sure her heels weren't on that charge line. Good speed. Look at the push. Yeah, well called. Good job. Nice whistle. Dart unable to avoid that contact. Abby Curtin has no qualms about taking that physicality on.
Like you said, though, it's good to see the Hoiho giving the Kāhu a taste of that medicine.
Yeah,
trying to push the pace.
There's definitely a reason why teams like to push it, because it's something they've discovered about themselves almost always, that they don't like to defend it.
Bowman. No one likes to defend her, it seems, as well. Bullying through on her left hand.
She is not giving up on these rim attacks. It certainly looks like a player, at least at this point, that's more comfortable putting her pressure on the nose of the rim than it is looking for that jump shot. But a much more versatile lineup for the Kāhu, bringing in these a couple of new players with Jacob certainly and Aaron Bowman. Just players that have that varied skill set, the ability to do a little bit of everything. And let's just face it, when you're 0 for the season, you could use a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what the Kāhu GM and ownership squad are feeling right now. Of course, Jody Cameron as well. We'll be relieved to welcome in these imports and have a little bit of a shake-up. Paige Bradley on the skip. Chose not to shoot it, gets it into Pizzi instead. Great finish from Pizzi.
What a dime. I mean, she put that, Pizzi didn't even have to move her hands. She just got to catch and shoot.
Absolutely,
I mean, that underrated skill for point guards is placing the pass where it needs to be. A lot of people can see it, but a great point guard, they put it right into the shooter's motion for a jump shooter. They put it right into the finishing motion for a big down low. And Paige Bradley, she is a fantastic point guard.
I mean, can completely change the trajectory of that play, right? You know, had it been a second later for Pizzi, could have been a miss, but it's an easy bucket for the Hoiho, and they're going to need as many of those as they can get tonight. Tapia, I mean, it's clear as glass right there, just pulling on Jacob's shirt.
Yeah, she's trying to say that the screen is illegal. Like I'm pulling on the shirt because of the contacts there. I mean, I appreciate the argument, if not the substance.
Look, you just can't pull someone's shirt, though, can you? Unfortunately.
It's, you know, when you see a player arguing about that, it's not normally the call. It's normally the treatment on the other end. It's normally saying, hey, the same thing's happening down there, just give you the same whistle.
Well, it sure has been a physical matchup. We can understand that. Bowman, she knocked it out of mid-air, but who's this foul going to be on?
Yeah, it's Bowman, body contact.
I was going to say, Haley right now would not want that to be on her.
Yeah, that's why she pulled out. It could have been on that little bump there, but it's the contact late there.
Did see Bowman getting a few of those in the warm-ups against her own teammates, so she'll be practicing.
Nothing like a little activity. Well, look, somebody has to come in and be a rim protector, you know, because they don't have a ton of them. And Rynell's got that early foul. She's going to have to be a bit more careful. So if somebody's able to come in and get a couple of blocks, make these drivers think about it, all the better for the Kāhu defense.
Edwards.
Too big.
Oh, she is too big, too strong. Rynell did well to avoid a foul and to contest.
I thought that blocks out there on that last one might have been a whistle on Rynell, but They just hold on, but don't break defense, comes and play again.
This is a great duo going against each other. Just lighting a fire. Jacobs and Tauihi. Tauihi to Rynell. Rynell finishes off the easy play. That's a great basketball from Kāhu.
Nice delivery there by Tauihi Tauihi. Takes on that double team, splits it, and gets it to Rynell for that finish. She's an excellent passer as well.
Another turnover for the Hoiho. The Kāhu are eating these up. Mansfield. He's it short from 3.
2020, the defense is starting to have a little bit more influence in this game as it gets it a little bit further along in the clock.
Bradley gets around that hard show. Had no options. Edwards, shot clock at 6. Edwards decides to go herself, but out of bounds, and things just aren't connecting for the Hoiho right now.
Well, she had the right thought process. You know, I think Abby Curtin was more concerned about that handoff. I think the motion of it, if she would have gone from that low handoff instead of high, might have been a quicker attack. But not the forte of Edwards putting the ball on the floor from that far out to get to the rim.
8 turnovers for the Hoiho in 15 minutes.
Good hand by Edwards, using that length to great effect to force that steal.
Bradley fires it over to Jacobs, and she's not having a lot of luck today, but you've got to keep shooting those if you're Jacobs.
Oh, that's what shooters do. Got that goldfish memory. They don't care about the misses, they just remember the makes.
Mansfield way off on that one, but she'll take those if they're being given to her.
Hoiho trying to run, but I think they're running out of juice. If I'm Gustav Marshall, I might be taking a timeout soon.
Bradley did everything to get the right angle, and it's going to stay. Sorry, it's going to be Kāhu position.
Yeah, excellent late contest there. Really nice job getting it on, and you have a couple of subs come in. Oh, there's the timeout, actually.
You predicted it, Casey Frank.
You can see the players, they're just starting to drag, especially the side. Edwards is just dragging herself up the court a little bit. You need that blow to get that second wind here. The Hoiho have done well to get back in the ball game, but now's their chance to try and grab control of this ball game.
What do you think that is that they actually have to do? Where can they impose their will, as you would say?
Well, I'd like to see them slow down a little bit. You know, just slow down and work these post possessions. We haven't seen a catch on the block yet for Edwards. We've seen her get her hands on offensive rebounds, but I think if you throw it in the post to Pizzy as well, either way, I think the Kāhu are going to have to get in rotation. And you're either going to have good opportunities out of that initial attack or on the rotation with the kick out. So see if that's not the way that they go moving forward. Conversely, the Kāhu, we've lost that transition opportunity. They're not getting the clean stops that are kicking into it. So they need to find ways to pick that pace up, or they need to find ways to get higher execution. It's not been great out of the on ball. A lot of hands in those lanes. Maybe they can find some other kind of action, possibly some post actions themselves. But I'd probably like to see some high post catches for their mobile bigs like Curtin and Rynell. Let them have the opportunity to take Pizzy, to take Edwards one-on-one off the bounce.
Well, I think one thing that can be gathered from that is both teams doing a very good defensive job. No one's getting anything easy, really. You can see Tauihi coming off ball screens and getting a lot of contact, and right on cue, gets pushed over by Claire Jacobs.
Well, Tauihi knows when the contact's coming her way, and she can sell it. The question is, will the ref accept that answer, accept it when she's selling or not? Sometimes they believe you, sometimes they don't.
So far been a well-officiated game and a lot of flow going on.
Ooh.
Bowman. Left her is in the dust. Tauihi sells the contact again. Gallagher clearly is probably the least afraid person on this court to take that.
Beautiful move initially by Bowman to get into that lane, that crossover, and then the 2 extra passes. I thought Tauihi might let that one fly, but goes with the up fake, and well decided, not settling for jump shots, attacking the rim, putting pressure on the back line of defense, and she gets herself to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for a couple of attempts.
I don't know about you, Casey, but if I'm the Kāhu, I'm looking to get Erin Bowman in some creation opportunities. She has blown by her defender, and every time she's gotten to the rack.
In particular on that second side, I'd like to see some action on one, get that rotation, and if Bowman can have a defender come towards her while she's got that ball on the perimeter, I think it really increases her effectiveness.
Great action here for the Hoiho. Jacobs.
Through.
Yeah, she forces her way through, and there's Edwards, knocked away by Rynell. Can they top it off? They cannot. And it goes back the way of the Hoiho, who similarly are pushing the pace. There it is, the point guard greatness. But messy possessions, and Edwards not having a night, you got to say it.
A lot of contact. Nice little attack there. We see Rydell first in the block and the turnover on the other end. But a lot of touches. And you know, I think eventually this is going to really wear down the Kāhu. They're not getting the effects now, but as this game goes along, more touches to Edwards, more finishing opportunities, they start to come to fruition.
It's only a matter of time before they start dropping for Edwards. Could we see our first here? Yes, we can. There she is.
And there's a pure post catch. I think she's a bit more comfortable with that. The double doesn't come. One-on-one against Rydell, she's going to have to keep her hands out of the cookie jar, so that's why it's an easier finish for Edwards there.
A little tied up back here. Just under 4 minutes to play in this fast-paced first half. Jacobs just got way too aggressive trying to curl there. And clearly this matchup is spiting something.
So I think that foul, I thought the contact was on the screen, but they're saying a grab, I think, on Tauihi. Edwards has got a couple of times really forced her way into the screen. She picks up the whistle there. And she goes to the bench after picking up her second personal foul.
She has been in a fair bit of foul trouble this season, I think, Jacobs. An aggressive defender.
And especially if you've got that matchup on Tauihi, because that's where the offense is going. That's where the officiating's gaze is. You know, that's what they're looking at. So if you're asking her to guard Tauihi, there's going to be a lot of physicality there. Spirit fingers.
A bit of a goat courtside. Mike Lacey, the Lacey lowdown. Got some stats from him that we can bring up some point in this game. Simmons. Pizzy. Over to Bradley. Goes around that hard show as she's been doing all game. 5 seconds for the Hoiho. A hopeful pass and shot for the Hoiho. Bradley, no, it's not going to be good. And a great defensive position there for the Kāhu.
Pizzy. Just unfortunately, it was more concerned with the shot clock running down. Didn't realize she had a couple of seconds, so she chucks it up. Hoiho much more aggressive on the glass, though. You're starting to see that size come into play for these second chance, third chance opportunities.
Jacobs tries to hunt her own offensive rebound after the miss. Simmons. Bradley has the foot speed matchup on Rydell. Now has Curtin. Goes against her. That was easy pickings.
Well, you'll love to see that as a point guard. It's your dream to have one of those bigs pop out and just you have them on an island. You can do whatever you want to do. Get to the shot, get to the cup. And that time, I think a good point guard play, knowing what the team needs. We need a bucket. We need to slow this clock down a little bit. He gets inside, maybe get that foul. She does nicely.
Bradley, originally out of Texas, just 31 years old. Her third season with the Southern Hoiho. Lots of experience across WBL, WBL1. Sorry, what did you say? Can't hear you over the drums.
Just doing too much drumming there. It's getting loud. The drum line is bringing it, but it's been fantastic having Paige Bradley in the league. It's had such an impact on the Hoiho program. And look at that steal for Bradley.
Amazing energy from the American. Can she top that off with the corner three? Oh, there's hands everywhere. Rydell bullying her way through, and what's this foul call going to be?
That's got to be on Edwards.
You'd think so, right?
That's going to. Yeah, coming back the other way, it's going to be. That's the 5th personal foul on the Hoiho, 2nd personal foul on Edwards, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Haley Rydell to try and retake this lead. Rydell 4 points on the day, 2 for 3 from the field, 4 rebounds, a steal and a block. Off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for the first time today. 4 attempts for the Kāhu, or 6 attempt makes in total on the day. Talia Tauihi just 2 for 6 at this point.
Rydell, 9th scoring in the league, 15.5 points per game, 6 rebounds and a steal. Just under 67% from the Chemist Warehouse so far this season. Goes 1 for 2.
Board by Pizzy out of her cylinder to grab that one with Curtin on her back.
Of course, recent Tulfer and debutante Pizzy, a great pickup by Nat Harris in the squad.
Finding those Kiwis. You've got a passport anywhere in the world. We're looking for you.
McKenna Dale, a great example of that as well. We'll find him where we can take him. Bradley not having a lot of success from downtown on the Hoiho.
But I don't mind the shots because there are rebound opportunities on the weak side. Hoiho need to stick with the plan of attacking that glass.
Mansfield right now. Shot clock's gone below double digits. Here's Bowman. Has Gallagher on it. Ooh! Goes behind the back. Tough move here. Bowman, give me that.
And the point afterwards. Shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him. Bowman, left, right, left. Look at that little last crossover, little push. I think Gallagher just a little bit too much body contact there. Bowman, really, the last few possessions, she's been the totality of that paint penetration. She checks out of the game now.
That is one heck of an athlete we've got right here, Aaron Bowman. Will take a seat with 7 points, I should say, sorry. Bradley gets the hard show. Pizzy attacks the long closeout. Finds Richards, blocked by Jacobs from behind.
I love that interior passing. With the extra effort from the Kāhu, man, they are coming across, rolling out at all times. Talia Tapaya trying to sell the contact.
See that on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
Nice pass, but look at that help. Might have been a foul, but it's okay.
Love it though, love a guard getting in there and blocking it forward.
Oh, nice cut there by Gallagher.
Oh, great board from Lauren Mansfield. Snatched that one with one hand.
Now wants to go to the post. There you go, weak side instead.
Great cut, Jacobs. Mansfield tries to get the step on Simmons, does in the end.
Nice
Kicks
pass.
it out to Tapaya. Yeah, wide open, she's gonna make that.
Just a beautiful manipulation of the defense by Mansfield there. First, losing her own defender with a shot fake, getting to the counter. When the defense collapses, she knows she's done her job. Perfectly delivered to Tapaya, who finds the range from deep for the first time today. She's up to 5 points. And a big triple gives the Kāhu a big 6-point lead with just a minute left here in the second quarter.
Well, it's been quite a quiet season for Talia Tapaya as opposed to her regular standards, but you can almost always trust her to knock down that open one.
Yeah, look, fantastic shooter. I mean, MVP quality player in this competition. Has been the MVP, is right there on the cusp of All-Star 5. Again, last season, didn't quite get it over the line, but when she plays her best, she can easily be the best player in this league. And that catch and shoot ability is one that it's very difficult to teach and even tougher to lose.
Absolutely right. There's always a great presence to have, no matter what. The Hoiho just needing some time to chat things over, down 6. Definitely the favourites coming into this one. The Kāhu putting in an absolute shift in front of their home crowd thus far.
And it's all about effort and heart right now. It's not really about the stats, because neither team is shooting well. I mean, actually, teams are shooting pretty putridly.
Let's be honest here.
34% and 24%. You know, the Hoiho haven't cracked 22% from deep. Not great on the turnovers. We've already got 20 turnovers in this game, 11 for the Kāhu and 9 for the Hoiho. So the level of play and execution, not where you want it to be, but the level of effort and heart and grit, exactly where it needs to be.
It's good to see Kāhu still remaining with that grit despite the situation that they're in at the moment, and mathematically still do have a chance.
It's never good when you're talking about math, though.
Yeah, you're right. I hate talking about math, too.
Mathematically speaking, you're saying there's a chance. Unfortunately, a chance in math means 1 in a trillion at times.
Hey, I'm staying optimistic for the Kāhu.
Hey, look, the Kāhu can get to 5 wins from this point. You know, if they win out from here on, and 5 wins if a couple other teams, including the Hoiho squad, lose, might get you in.
Simmons bullies Amy Jacobs, but runs out of time. And it's another shot clock violation. There's been a few of those today.
Yeah, unfortunate lack of awareness there. Got to come together as a squad and just let you know when that ball goes out of bounds late. Hey, this is how long we have to get this shot off. But great defense by Jacobs. Simmons couldn't get that shot off. Back to the live action now.
Mansfield likes that Two-man action with Curtin. Pulls it from downtown. Oh, it's a two. It's a two. It's on the line. But nonetheless, that's a great look.
Mansfield is really manipulating the defense nicely. She's up to 10 points now.
So shifty. It's been a great battle to watch, Bradley and Mansfield. Just two veteran point guards. Great hard show there from Haley. Hoiho really running out of options. Pizzy, the bunny. It's not a great field goal percentage so far for the Hoiho. Can they make this final one at the half? No, they cannot. It's been an absolute clinic so far for the BNZ Kāhu. And I believe that we have some extra time. It's always the case at the end of a quarter. Ball hit the back of the structure with some time on the clock.
So we are going to go to that. Let's see how much. So 0.3 is what's left. Well, we've got a player timeout here as well. Let's see if anybody wants to use it.
And Jodie Cameron's got a timeout as well, I believe. She needs it.
What are we going to call? What timeout are we going to call? Let's see.
Someone's going to call timeout though, right? No timeout called by...
Okay.
Okay.
That was tricky.
All right. So I'll just give it a little faster just then.
Well, look, 0.3 on the clock. You cannot catch and shoot with anything less than 0.4. So it has to be a tip. It cannot. It all has to be in one shooting motion. It's got to be something close to the rim for that to happen. So let's see what they have. The players coming together. And of course, the player timeout does preclude a game timeout. So even with the guy who have a timeout left, they can't use it now.
See what the Kāhu can come up with. And the miracle chance it goes. It's going to be a double-digit lead. Fires away. Pizzy's the one who gets the tip. And then we actually go the end of the first half. The Northern Kāhu, the winless team, have a 31-23 point lead. We've sent Casey to go and get a couple of interviewees to hear from. He's doing his searching. Some highlights. Lauren Mansfield, leading scorer of this game, and Casey Frank is by with Lil Dart.
Oh, doing well to counterpunch against the Kāhu squad that's come out aggressive in transition. What's the key to slowing them down there?
I think we just have to pick up in defense, stick with our man, and then we really need to box out, secure the rebound so we can get down the other end and play some offense.
Offensively, not the efficiency you're looking for, just 23 points. What's the key to finding a little bit of an uptick in that area?
I think we just have to keep trusting our offense, like running through the plays, getting the looks that we usually do, and it'll fall for us eventually, yeah.
Awesome, appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. And I'll have Airman Bowman come in right now in the middle of having a little bit of a protein bar. Fantastic first effort.
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
Well, nothing in the teeth yet. Appreciate you coming over. A nice lead. Kāhu finding effort in transition. What's been the key to really getting set before the defense gets set?
Honestly, our communication on defense is amazing. We're talking, even if they're getting layups at the rim, they're missing them because we're all rotating over like we're supposed to. I think it's just like coming together as a team. We just got here. So we're honestly doing much better than I imagined, and I'm so happy to be a part of this. So I think that's why we're doing well.
Well, love the energy. 8-point lead. Obviously, not a lot of leads at half for the Kāhu this season. What is the key from your short time here to keeping that going on in the second half?
Well, I think keeping a team to 23 points at halftime is massive. So if you can keep a team, that's 46 points in a whole game. If we keep doing that, we keep our defense and talking, that's what's going to win us this game. The points will come, but if you keep a team low, that's it.
Awesome. Thanks very much for your time. Good luck in the second half, and back to you, Maya.
Well, we sure have some great personalities in this league. So good to hear from both Lil Dart and newly appointed import Erin Bowman. Of course, the Kāhu, like we said, 31-30. All stats brought to you by the official stats partner of Tauihi Basketball, Chemist Warehouse. Kāhu, 31-23. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back for some Chemist Warehouse stats. Well, hello, TikTok.
What up, chat? How we doing, chat? We've missed the chat a little bit, but glad to see you. We've got a lot of people thinking the Kāhu are playing well. that the blue team defense is going crazy. Two blue team. I don't know, are they orange or blue? What are the Kāhu? It's tough to tell. A little bit of both.
A bit of both, yeah.
Oh, we got some love from Girl 4621 saying that the announcers are doing well.
Thanks, Girl
They
4621.
must mean you. I think they mean you.
Oh, yeah, probably. I would
not
predict
me
so.
so much. But look, got any questions? Toss them in here. Is the Tonga game and Samoa game going to be live streamed? Nah, sorry, Jennifer. No talk. If you want rugby or rugby league, you have to pay for it. We only give the basketball for free. Little snippets of basketball for free. That's it.
That's why it's the best sport. We got to say it.
But thanks for joining us in the hoops today. A tremendous effort there by the Kāhu in the first half. Really impressive what they've been able to get done. Despite what Bowman said there, they haven't been together long, but they look like they're pretty cohesive.
100%. I think it was some great pickups that the Kāhu got, despite being late in the piece. And if you're unfamiliar, the Kāhu, they are winless at the moment, and it's been a revolving door for them. But they've settled on a really great squad, and they are hooping today.
And hooping is the key. It's not about the X's and O's. It's not about that execution. It's just all about effort and energy. They brought some effort and energy in, and it's pretty contagious. This is a team that's, let's be fair, looks a lot happier this time around.
Well, I have heard, and we spoke to them pre-game, both to Joe, their GM, and Haley right now, that the vibes seem up, and these two are coming in with a fresh perspective, and they are just ready to bring the vibes.
And that's all you need sometimes. Maybe they can get that next win, or first win, on the season, and it all starts with one. Conversely, the Hoiho, 23 points. Oh, that's not a good start.
That is not a good start. 31's not great for the Kāhu either, but it's a good defensive effort, Casey.
Well, 31's okay when you're up. It's when you're down when it's a problem. But my guess is this Hoiho squad gets a little bit better on the execution side and puts a little bit of pressure on the Kāhu chasing from behind.
Yeah, what are you predicting in the second half?
Well, I'm guessing that the Hoiho finally get dominated in the low post. To just slow things down and get some catches in there, try and get this Kāhu squad in foul trouble. And then on the other end, I think the Kāhu are going to go a little bit more in Bowman, a little bit more in Mansfield. Let them be the finishers at the end of plays, making those decisions either to finish or to score.
Well, you heard it here first, TikTok. Casey Frank predictions. They usually come right.
I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong.
We'll be back very shortly here on TikTok and with some Chemist Warehouse stats as well.
They're going to try and bounce each other out of the square, out of the circle here, the BBNZ logo. You know the drill, if you've seen it before, they're going to try and dribble each other out of the arena. Let's count down for 3. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. The dribble off here. You're going to try and...
No, my hooky, my whānau. Welcome back here on Sky Sport. Got some absolute hoopers just getting it done in the Kāhu circle. Like a bit of dribble king, Casey Frank. How good's that?
A little dribble king action. I believe these kids all picked up a ball here when they came through, so BBNZ coming through for the BBNZ Kāhu. Do a fantastic job entertaining the kids. I know, because I've got two rolling around here somewhere.
Did they get a ball? I hope so.
Well, if they did, it's another one at the house that we don't need. But let us get to the stats, because that's what we're here for. And to be fair, it's going to be a lot of defensive impressiveness, because it is not about the offense here in the first half.
Yeah, it's 31-23 isn't the highest scoring game at all, but it's a good sign for the defensive end.
You look at the leading scorers for the Kāhu. Mansfield and Bowman really imposing their will. Tupaya and Rynell in nice support. Lil Dart off the bench. She really has provided a lot of that offense. Need some of those starters to step up. Bradley has been looking for a bit, Pizzy as well. But I'd really like to see both Jacobs and Edwards get set. These are two players who dominated against the Kāhu last time they played in this building, not getting it done today. The rebounds overall is an advantage to the Kāhu, to the Hoiho right now, 26-25. The assist game, Bradley. No surprise, she's leading the way. Mansfield and Jacobs. The Amy variety over there for the Kāhu. Claire stepping in as well for the Hoiho.
Got to be clear on that.
It's unfortunate, we do. And there's the defensive stats that I'm talking about. 8 steals for the Hoiho, but it hasn't been enough to get them the lead. 4 by Paige Bradley, all over the place. And the Kāhu doing an excellent job of reading those passing lanes, getting the steals themselves.
Well, it's really been a defensive effort today, Casey, and we're going to see more of that, you can predict.
Most definitely going to be a lot more defense, but I'm hoping the offense comes to the party just a little bit.
Well, we'll just have to see. 20 more minutes of basketball coming up here on Sky Sport. Do not go anywhere. Did you miss us? Because we're back
They
already.
don't miss us. They're only asking about the Kiwis and Tonga. It's not going to be on TikTok, guys. It's not. No matter how many times you ask. It's like I'm talking. What are you guys, toddlers? You can't, if you just ask in a nice way, I'm not going to change my mind. All jokes. That's all fun here on the TikTok chat. But if you got any questions about the basketball, let us know. Maya, we've been talking about how I see things going coming forward. What do you think is going to happen in the second half?
Well, look, it's all about how the Kāhu can piece together 2 more quarters, because we have seen in variations like this, the Kāhu have had a really good first half and just can't pull it together for 2 more quarters. Last time they played the Hoiho, in Dunedin, they had a 20-point lead in the first half and blew it and almost lost by 10. So I would love to see the Kāhu just continue this momentum and continue this intensity and just get it done on their home floor and get just 1 win.
Wait a minute. You're rooting for a North Island team?
I'm not rooting. I'm not rooting for anyone. And I'm 0-3 through and through. You see these colours? You see these colours?
I'll tell you what.
0-3 through
You've
and
just
through.
been in the big smoke for like 8 months now, and it's all done. It's all you've
No one
lost
clip
all your
that.
South Island roots.
No one clip that on TikTok, please.
Clip that for sure. I'm gonna put that out personally. later
Absolutely
today.
not. Look, I'm just an advocate for women's basketball, and I want to see the league in a balanced position. And it is great to see the Kāhu be competitive. We have to say it.
Oh, look, I just want to see a good game of basketball. And this has been a team that's been down in the dumps. So it's nice to see them playing a little bit better. But the first half is one thing. This third quarter is where it's at. And we're going to know pretty quickly, do the Hoiho have a run in them? You know, we've mentioned a couple times, second game of the weekend, a little low on juice. But they need to find that juice because they're still playing for it. A loss here actually does open that door for the Kāhu to start creeping up the ladder and catch them down the stretch.
Well, they are the one team that is vulnerable at 4th right now following that loss on the Friday. And like you said...
Question from the chat. What team in the league do you think will finish strongest?
Ooh, I'm going to go with the Tauranga Whai.
Tauranga Whai? I'm going to go with the Poakai. I think they're going to find their form again. I thought early on, I thought they were the strongest team. They've lost it a bit, but I think that win against the Queens, I think that's going to lift them up coming down the stretch of the season.
They really are finding their feet, the mainland Poakai. That's a great thing about this league. Casey, very unpredictable so far.
It is very unpredictable. It is, and it always will be. that is the beauty of this game.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we have 20 minutes of basketball still to come, like we mentioned. Don't go anywhere on TikTok. Stop looking for rugby. Stay on women's basketball.
Well, don't stop looking for rugby. I mean, that pays the bills for Sky. So, you know.
Okay,
it's
true.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
it's
you
okay.
go pay for your subscription for rugby, but keep your TikTok tag open. You can do 2 at once.
And just so you know, it is the Kāhu winning 31-23.
See you soon. Well, welcome back here to Tamaki Makaurau, where the winless Northern Kāhu have a great lead over the Southern Hoiho, 31-23. The Eventfinda Stadium crowd sure loving it.
I've got some interesting stats that we just checked out here. How about this? Kāhu 10 for 27 from the field. Hoiho have taken 13 more shots, but have actually made 1 less.
Wow.
So if you're a Hoiho fan, that is pretty good positive signs. They are creating extra possessions. They're in there quite more often, both on the offensive glass, but they just haven't been able to convert. For the Kāhu, that's disturbing for me. You never want to have that much of a discrepancy in the possession game. That means, despite the efficiency that they've got going offensively, it's not quite where it wants to be. But it does mean that the Kāhu on great position to get this win. Have your say on the Mix and Pick Good Health out at Compo.
Good Health Bowl brought to you by Chemist Warehouse. Scan the QR code, have your say. Where are the Kāhu fans in the house? It's gone the way of the Hoiho since we first saw it at the start of the game.
Yeah, there was like 33% thought the Kāhu would win. Surely that halftime has some of you Hoiho fans changing your mind. I do not think it's going to be 8+ right now. It would be difficult for the Hoiho to find 8 points. 23 at halftime.
Another interesting thing that jumps out at me is 12 offensive rebounds for the Hoiho and 5 for the Kāhu. That all came in the first quarter. So a better rebounding effort from the Hoiho, or maybe less intention from the Kāhu.
Yeah, I think the defensive plan for the Kāhu probably going to be, for the Hoiho, maybe adjusting a little bit. You saw them sag quite a little more in that second quarter. But here in the third, it's just go time for the Kāhu. I expect to see them come out with a lot of energy early.
Mansfield, aggressive early off the back rim. Gets her own Rebound, there you go. There's an offensive rebound right off the bat. Right now, makes it pay, and it's a double-digit lead.
Well, we spoke about at the beginning of the game the discrepancy in rebound margin. Though Kāhu have kept it close with the offensive rebounds just like that, and those second chance opportunities, especially off from three, are just so tough to stop.
Pizzy. Simmons, an unfortunate error. Does keep it in bounds, but makes it tougher for the Hoiho.
Got to shoot it.
And they've run out of time for what seems like the 5th or 6th time today, Casey.
But you know what happened after that is Claire Jacobs let it fly, and it went through. And sometimes as a shooter, that's all you need to see happen. That's Claire Jacobs thinking to herself, okay, feeling better now.
Yeah.
I got my end down here.
Well, there she is, chatting away to Tauihi, who's just joined her in Aotearoa. Simmons and Tupaya going at it. There's someone else that's been tasked with the... Oh, didn't even finish my sentence. Amy Jacobs had a great look down low, but
Mansfield was going for the play. Yeah, she was going through the motion of setting up the play. If you're a young basketball player out there, you always cut with purpose. You're always cutting to score.
Simmons loves it, eh? This is Simmons' bread and butter. Her and Tupaya just really going at it off the ball.
Well, if I'm Simmons, I don't really want that call because that tells me they might call that on me on the other end. Let's keep it a lot more physicality. I think those two want.
See how this is defended here. Simmons, great roll from Edwards. And it's going to be an and one. Amy Jacobs came across too late. Textbook basketball from the Hoiho.
You know, I mentioned a few times I'd like to see Edwards with the more ball in hand. I like that setup. She sets the screen, the kick across, really enabling that passing angle. Beautiful action, well executed. And then Edwards at the end, not an easy shot to finish. Despite the length advantage she has down there, it was still displayed a soft touch. And now a chance for the Chemist Warehouse strike.
That's one thing about not being together for a long time. A hard show defense requires 5 women to play defense as well, right? You need your taggers to come across. And I think a little bit less time for the Kāhu together is going to make those rotations a bit harder. Jacobs draws and kicks. Tupaya finds a bit of space. Rynell, she's just hit one. Can't hit the next one. Curtin makes it another possession. Mansfield, leading scorer for the Kāhu. Curtin is absolutely putting in a shift.
Flying in there.
I was worried for a safety for a second.
Actually surprised though Hoiho didn't get a transition opportunity there, but into the post they go.
Yeah, there's that catch that you wanted. Curtin.
Pizzy just gets tackled there.
Curtin was lucky not to get called for something.
That was an attack on that one.
Take a look at that on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
Just like that is a
Got away with one there.
Oh, wowza.
Pizzy took it like a champ though. Back up on her feet. It sure has been a physical affair today here, Casey. I don't know what has sparked between these two teams.
Well, I think it's a bit of desperation. We know the Kāhu are desperate to get the win, but the Hoiho need this. That's an easy foul on Tupaya. That's just silly. You can't stand behind and lock arms. There's no way that that's a legal play. Take another look at it. See Tupaya grabbing her arm from behind. I don't know what the argument is there from her behalf, but foul on the floor.
And I think Anderson's in here to take Tupaya off.
But she's just, I think, a little focused on the game within the game as she picks up her 3rd foul. Just a good sub there. Let her cool down. Let the offense start finding a way somewhere else.
Well, that was brewing for a while, wasn't it? That was no doubt going to come at some point. Great defense, Curtin. Closes the door on Pizzy. Jacobs on Sister Jacobs. Does well to defend, and the Kāhu are all defense.
Yeah, it's been a tough slog for the Hoiho. Just 12 points in the last, in the 2nd and 3rd quarter so far, combined.
Here's the ISO action. Mansfield on Pizzy, blocked away.
Good length there by Pizzy, taking away that shot. Bradley with the ball in hand now.
Throws it right into the structure. Mansfield is going to take a seat. Yes, she is.
If I'm either coach on this team, I'd just be telling all my players, look, you get a turnover, you're sitting down next to me. The ball is like gold in this game. Don't you guys get it? Nobody's shooting well, but if you can get shots up, we've got a chance to win. Just don't turn it over.
There'll be a lot of subs happening if that's the case there.
And that's fine.
Speaking
Rotate through.
Speaking of which, the Hoiho get another possession. Pizzy needed that to go.
Nice time out there by Jody Cameron. She sees the lead shrink, and she sees the Hoiho gaining confidence. But I think most particularly saw a lack of defensive communication in that transition play. That was it wasn't a real fast break, not a lot of speed to it, but without that communication, that secondary opportunity, wide open shot for Pizzy, got to nip that in the bud.
Well, this third quarter is typically an Achilles heel for a lot of teams. Third quarter is the hard one where you have to maintain that momentum from the 2 quarters, and right now it seems the Hoiho are imposing their will.
Yeah, I think they're starting to grind their way back into it. Kāhu, of course, came out, felt like they had that big lead, but the starting to it just feels like a little bit of a momentum shift now. 6-3 in the quarter to the Hoiho. Yeah, let's see if they can't keep that going out of this. But what's the response going to be? Tupaya's on the bench right now. Do you bring her back in? As much as you don't want to see her get caught up in the extracurriculars, that energy, that's been something that's been fueling the Kāhu up to this point.
Well, a great sub was Erin Bowman also in the mix, so she can be someone to inject some energy. 7 points off the bench for the American. Of course, Asia Anderson gave Tupaya that rest, and she brings all energy, all grit, and all hustle as well. This Hoiho team are familiar with comebacks, made a 15-point one on Friday night against the Phi to make it competitive. There's Bowman at point guard now. Jacobs, all pressure on her. Another Hoiho turning it into another gear.
I love that when Simmons comes out and works like that, she can really affect the game.
Here's Bowman just doing her thing at the end of the shot clock, and they run out of time. Well, Hoiho actually steal it away.
What a possession defensively coming out of a timeout. And that was the Kāhu talking about what they want to do offensively.
Lil Dart, she's a sniper from downtown.
That's
and
the
is
foul.
fouled on the 3-point line. Oh, can you believe it?
Amy Jacobs is the one that closes out there. Take a look at it. Don't quite see the contact from that angle. But we saw the whistle. Just a little bit too aggressive. Doesn't give her great landing space. And Dart misses the triple, but a chance to make up for it. The Chemist Warehouse strike.
She's 21 years old, out of Brisbane. Lil Dart been a great addition to this Hoiho squad, bit of NBL 1 experience. Actually played alongside Hoiho teammate Rebecca Pizzy for the Eltham Wildcats.
2 for 2, and now from the stripe overall. That is 5 for 7 for the Hoiho from the line. Haven't gotten there with a lot of regularity today.
Just like that, Casey, they make it a 1-possession game after being down double digits.
That's the thing about a defensive battle. It does not take much offense to get you back into things. And with those 3 points, they've equaled their scoring total from the second term. So maybe back on track.
Could go down to the wire, this one. That's what we'll always like to see here in Tauihi. Mansfield, Bowman, you can trust her to create something. She's played against Simmons before in NBL 1. Jacobs gets a tough bucket to go. How does she even make that?
Finds a way, but coming back the other way are the Hoiho.
Oh, there you go. What an answer for the Hoiho.
Paige Bradley, sniper with that pass. It just perfectly delivered right into the breadbasket for the Pizzy finish.
Her 5th assist. Paige Bradley, the 31-year-old.
A good switch there. Great nonverbal communication by the Hoiho. Bradley and Dart.
Rynell had the foot speed, but didn't have the length to finish over Edwards.
Oh, the breaks are coming now for the Hoiho. Look at these advantages in transition.
What can Jacobs even do in that situation? It's all tied up.
And see the pace of the game now leaning towards the Hoiho. They're getting these transition opportunities now. Talia Tupai about to check back in. Let's see if the Kāhu can find a way to stem this tide.
Jacobs can't find the settler bucket, and it could be a lead incoming here for the Southern Hoiho. Bradley slows things down, finds the slip on Pizzy. Pizzy, great finish, and they're out in front.
How about Bradley with the pass again? The ball in her hand, not scoring, but manipulating the defense with the pass and finding finishes for her teammates.
Way too long on right now. Now nothing going the way of the Kāhu. Seem a bit rattled.
Work rate is there. Asia Anderson, you see her there, just works her way trying to get that ball, busting through players. They haven't given up, but they have lost the level of execution that they need. It's not there offensively, and it's certainly not there defensively right now. Can they get it back? Tauihi back in the ball game as Asia Anderson checks out. Curtin checks in for Haley Rynell. A little bit quicker, but a smaller team. A bit to see if the speed or the size of the speed of the Kāhu or the size of the Hoiho impacts things now.
Dart doesn't need much time at all. Simmons, the work rate, will go to the Kāhu.
She's the only blue jersey in there.
Curtin loses control a little bit. Mansfield's going to slow things down here. Downtown, Mansfield is unstoppable. Three-point range.
That's poor defense there by Jessie Edwards. She's in drops. Paige Bradley gets taken out by the screen, doesn't fight over it. Mansfield says, I'll take that shot all day.
13 points for the 35-year-old now. As Lil Dart, the great cut and finish on her left hand.
And a beautiful pass by Edwards. I mean, she's got a lot of size at center, but really thought the game out well there and delivered it for the finish.
1 point lead back the way of the Travellers. Tauihi all alone. Can't nail the triple. Edwards does a good job to tip that to Pizzy. Bradley, full of energy, decides to take Mansfield one-on-one. Her teammate gets in the way, but nonetheless it's an and one.
Just wills that ball in the bucket, and she has a little laugh about it when Jessie Edwards says, you wanted that finish. Was that foul on Edwards? What's going on there? I don't know.
Great wall-up from Edwards.
Well, I just love Paige Bradley's game. She's been doing it with the pass, getting everybody involved, but she also sees the opportunity for herself there. She's up to 7 points to go along with 6 assists. Can she make it 8 here? 8 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. And now the Hoiho with a 4-point lead have outscored the Kāhu in this quarter, 22-8.
A lot of unanswered points just hanging here. Mansfield has hit 3, can't hit her 4th. Bowman tries to bully her way through, but it ends up with Dart. Bradley is not without some pressure. She makes her way through every inch of the court before getting it to Dart. Nice little floater. Rynell comes up with it.
Transition coming the other way. But the Hoiho back in numbers.
Dart doing a great job on the veteran Mansfield. Bowman, there she goes. Great little floater, they needed that.
Yeah, I think the Hoiho might be a little bit puffed right now. They're looking that transition opportunity, I think, took away that defensive opportunity for the switches.
Simmons.
Wow, Tauihi just bowls over Edwards.
Oh, Busy from downtown, unfazed.
Well pressured by Rynell. Not an easy shot, but she makes it look like it was.
Rynell gets it to Tauihi. Over to Bowman. Hesitates from deep, then pulls it. Way too short for Bowman.
And those offensive rebounding opportunities there to the wayside. Haven't picked one up since the first quarter.
Simmons back out to Edwards. Bradley gets it back. Edwards slips. 6 on the shot clock for the Hoiho. Can't make the unorthodox finish, and here come the Kāhu. Can they generate something here?
Just don't have the numbers like they did early. The Hoiho are beating them back in transition here in the third quarter.
Bowman.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, lovely basketball. Right now, thankfully, gets the make, and it's back to 3.
And just great pass there by Bowman. Using her eyes to manipulate the defense, gives a no look. And Rynell gets the easy bucket.
Bradley gets the hard show. Tauihi tips it away. Anderson saves us in the commentary booth. Love the defensive effort there from Tauihi.
Not sure what she's upset about. Looked like the ball went off her, but she was trying to thought possibly the call could have gone a different way.
10 on the shot clock for the Hoiho. Jacobs still inbound. Bradley has Mansfield on her hip. Can't get the finish. Jacobs will get the rebound. And it's an easy call for the officials on Anderson there.
There are some collisions today. I hope everybody's got AA. Because if you're going to go to the body shop after this one, it's going to rack up the costs. There are going to be some ice packs and cold baths on the menu for both squads.
Fizio's going to be asking for a pay rise after this one, you'd imagine. As Jacobs makes that from the Chemist Warehouse. That's clear Jacobs, to not be confused. 24-year-old out of Perth. Makes 2 from 2 despite the loud drumming in Eventfinda Stadium.
I think the drumming is throwing you off more than any of the
I think
players.
so. I don't think anyone else is really noticing it. Tauihi. Anderson, good ball movement here from the Kāhu. Getting a bit more movement now.
Look at Bradley work against Anderson in the post.
Anderson thinks she's got a mismatch. Can't kick it out anywhere. Hoiho do a good job at avoiding the contact.
Oh, let that fly.
Jacobs. And she's not having a day from downtown, Casey.
No, good effort by Tauihi on that play. Got physical initially with Dart, slowed down the break, and then hustles back to get the rebound. The second effort's so key for Kāhu want to get themselves back in position to get this win.
Tauihi holding it up for the final possession for the Kāhu. There's got to be something in that.
I think that's going to be Dart. I think.
I'd say so as well. Looks like she bowled over well both of them, to be fair. And it is going to be on Lil Dart.
But Tauihi just puts you in bad positions and knows how to take advantage of it. Dart picks up her third personal there. Now 12.8 left in the quarter. Dart trying to have a conversation with Ryan Jones, like, I'm in front, what am I supposed to do? Because Tauihi is such a physical guard, very difficult to contain, especially when you're trying to match that level of physicality.
Like I said, she really puts players in those positions. She's very good at doing that. Now the Kāhu have a lot more time to work with here. Bowman, the tough fadeaway jumper's not going to go. And it's the last 5 seconds of the quarter for the Hoiho. Lil Dart, no doubt, will look for her own. It's tipped away, and it's no good for either team at the end of the quarter. But it's a 48-43 lead for the Hoiho after a swing. 1 more quarter of basketball to come. We'll see you very shortly.
Another challenge here on the quarter. Let's bring out 2 contestants for our South Field. Woodley South Tauihi Field. We got here.
What up, TikTok?
Welcome back, chat.
What up, chat?
We've got some updates, Casey. It's been a massive swing.
Suddenly, the roundabout has changed. I don't think that's the way the saying goes, but if it's on the TikTok live chat, I don't care as much. I don't feel as bad that I'm messing up.
Somebody in the league clip this.
No, this one doesn't go. Let's see. What country and league, please? Well, this is New Zealand. This is beautiful Aotearoa. And this is the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa, our professional women's league. A semi-pro. There's some amateurs in there as well. We're about 2/3 of the way through the season. Wave at the camera. Okay, hi. It's real. It's us.
We're not AI.
This will be the last time we join you today. There's about 40 seconds left in this one. Thanks once again for joining. Make sure you follow the host. We need more follows. That makes us look good. But 40 seconds to say, how do you see this game going, Maya?
Look, if the Hoiho keep up exactly what they're doing right now and the Kāhu can't find their momentum, I think the Travellers are going to take this one out.
Yeah, it looks like just the flow of the game turned back towards them in that third quarter. You see the Kāhu lost that ability to push. I think the fatigue's starting to hit it on them. But we've got a lot of basketball left to play, and we still haven't really seen the Hoiho impose their will. We won't be talking to you anymore, but we'll get you on the next one after this. Thanks for joining us on the Sky Sport New Zealand TikTok.
3, 2, 1. Let's get a buzzer up.
10 more minutes. 1 quarter of basketball still to come here in Tamaki Makaurau, and it is anybody's game. The Southern Hoiho, after a swing in the third quarter, have a 5-point lead. But it's not over for the Kāhu, Casey Frank.
It is not, but it is trending in the wrong direction. The Hoiho, 48 points on the day, 25 in that quarter. We had a defensive arm wrestle in that first half. Neither team was able to overcome the level of physicality to find any efficiency. But in that third quarter, the Hoiho got it going. And we know the third quarter is of concern to the Kāhu. So coming out of that, can they bounce back? Can they find that level of efficiency and energy they had in the first half?
Those questions will be answered in 10 minutes' time. Hoiho, well and truly the momentum. Bradley won't pull it to start things off. Finds Simmons. Simmons an open lane, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Hoiho.
The patience there was really nice. She didn't get rushed because the defender came out. Little pass fake and the easy drive as the lane opened up for her.
Tauihi and Jacobs back at it again. 7 points the lead for the Hoiho. Mansfield can't get the step on Bradley. Curtin likes a three ball.
I think a missed opportunity there for Tauihi. She had the switch. Zoe Richards comes on her. I'd like to see her be aggressive with ball in hand there.
Tipped away by Bowman. Gives the Kāhu a chance to regroup. Rynell will come in and give Anderson a break.
Rynell's actually got a little bit of time on the bench today. You know, not something that she's had a lot of this season. She's been playing big minutes, but hopefully that rest that she just received there enables her to finish strong. On track for about 34 minutes in this one.
High volume of minutes for these Kāhu starters this season. Jacobs takes it on Tauihi. Tauihi thought she had the ball, but Jacobs will go to the line for two.
As we take a look at the MVP possibilities, Haley Rynell, top of the table.
Fan favorite.
I feel like somebody else is going to do some voting. What are you doing at home right now? Come on, Hoiho fans.
Scan that QR code. Have your say. It's going to come up a few times in this quarter, so you better get voting.
Well, back to the play, though. I think as a defender, when you're reaching from behind, it's just difficult not to get that whistle. You know, Jacobs made that initial move. Hits the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, but got Tauihi on her hip. And once that you're in the hip out of the defender, you're essentially in jail. 9 times out of 10, if you reach, even if it's clean, it's going to be a foul.
Well, and you got to say it, Casey. Tauihi's putting herself on the map to be called for fouls against the officials. It's been an aggressive. Oh my goodness! I can't even finish my sentence when Jacobs buries a triple like that.
Well, it's been a tough day for Jacobs. She's now just 2 for 12 from the field. But that one gives her 8 points and an 11-point lead. How the tables have turned.
And Tauihi, that was her 4th foul. So they're really rolling the dice for when they can put her back in. Right now, they needed that in Kāhu.
It was a little messy, but you just need to see the ball go through. They have to create offense with defense. Can they start to force some turnovers? There you go.
Right on cue, Casey Frank. A turnover. What can they come up with here? Curtin. Oh, the touch off the glass. Look, they will take it.
Abby Curtin heating up. Don't have to call the fire department, though, because she's already on the scene in transition.
Wee, wee. Back to 7 it goes. Bit of energy here for the Kāhu. Bradley skips it over to Simmons. Simmons likes a triple. Doesn't that time around.
Big stop, but push the pace. Keep running. I like it. Get in the hands of Bowman and go.
Bowman drops it off to Curtin. It's a great little run here for the Kāhu.
Different team when they're playing with pace, and it starts with the stop. That's 2 in a row. Can they string 3?
Bradley composed as always. Gets the horn set. Skips it over to Jacobs. Jacobs steps through. Blocked away by Bowman. Rynell gets in the mix. The jump ball Rynell. It's going to be Kāhu possession.
Well, how about that? 3 straight possessions where the energy, enthusiasm returned to this end of the court for the Kāhu, and they've worked their way back into it. So nothing pretty, nothing fancy, just good old-fashioned work. Put your nose to the grindstone and get her done.
Well, that's been the message of today. It's just been a grind.
A grind, and they need to take this game back in the mud. We see what happens when the Hoiho have space. They get to play with a bit of freedom. That's not what they need. They need to bring this right into the mud, get dirty.
Down and dirty for 7 more minutes, ladies. Anderson, that would have been great for the Kāhu.
Oh, Bradley, nice rebound. Opens up a transition opportunity.
Jacobs drops it into Pizzy. Bowman all over that one. And a turnover for the Hoiho. They're rushed by the Kāhu, and they're all up on their feet here, Casey.
5th consecutive stop. I mean, you'd love to see that, stringing them together. This is what you talk about as a coaching staff. When you really want to see your team playing well, is can we string these possessions together? You're down big. All of a sudden, work their way almost all the way back into this ball game. They're actually taking Abby Curtin out right now. A little surprised. I like that size, going smaller with Amy Jacobs now. So more shooting, less size on the interior.
Let's see how that pans out. Goes against her sister, throws up a wayward shot, but we'll head to the Chemist Warehouse. So maybe not a bad sub after all.
Have we talked enough about the twins facing off against each other today?
Probably. Everyone at home's probably sick of me saying it.
We spoke about it a lot earlier, but they're twins to twins. One matchup against each other in the entirety of their careers up to this point. Claire Jacobs holding that 1-0 lead, trying to make it 2-0.
Just got to say as well, it's a Tauihi first. You know, we've had plenty of sisters, but no twins. And you love to see it as she makes 1 for 2 from the Chemist Warehouse. Her first game, of course, with the Kāhu after a late call-in, as well as Erin Bowman. Back to 4 points it goes. Well within reaching distance. And
That's
another turnover. Casey, they are stacking up.
Defense has been great. It's allowed them to score. Well, I believe it's, where are they at? Is this 7 straight points for them? They've gotten it to this point to cut it to 4. Good timeout for the Hoiho. They've lost their way offensively. They've taken a step back and need to recalibrate, refocus on how to attack. But a great opportunity for the Kāhu because I think they were a little winded after all that effort. So this actually helps them as much as it does the Hoiho.
16 turnovers for the Hoiho, and a lot of them in a row here off the back of some really good defense from the Kāhu, and you can just feel the energy. We've got some aspiring Tauihi basketballers themselves, some former Kāhu players in the crowd.
Look at those signs. Making signs like crazy out here. Look at the effort. You can't let down these home fans.
Yeah, come on.
They built
Give
all
it to
these,
them, Kāhu fans.
put all these signs together just to get you going.
I think she's won a bit of Trilogy skincare there in the crowd as well.
Oh, that is the one my wife keeps telling me she's got. If I have any strings to pull, try and get her when she's here one of these games. I don't think that one's good. I said I've got no strings. I got no
You've
strings
got
to
all
pull.
the strings, Casey.
Unfortunately, they're all tied to Pinocchio. That's I can only pull that one off.
Well, can you pull off a free large cheese pizza? If not, $30 is the deal this week.
$30 is close enough to free. Come on,
And
for that
this
Sal's
economy?
quality? For that Sal's quality?
All imported.
Don't talk to me about economy. Do you even have bills? What is it?
I'm not 8 years old.
You're not? I thought you were a prodigy.
Just turned 22, actually. If that makes you feel any better.
Old soul.
Well, 6.5 minutes, Fano, and you can hear it in the crowd.
Check out that MVP poll as well. Pizzy at the lead. Let's see if somebody can't influence it. I like the Pizzy pick, but I think I might be going Paige Bradley for the Hoiho.
Scan that QR code, have your say. Turnover for the Kāhu. Oh, Erin Bowman, you could just see it. The frustration foul, no doubt.
Chasing after it. Keeps on going and going and going. I don't mind that, though. I don't mind the energy. That's just the second foul of the quarter and the third personal on Bowman. So Claire Jacobs checks out of the ball game. I think a quick blow. It's Will Dart, the perimeter shooter now for the Hoiho.
Bradley.
Paige Bradley.
Come on. She can do it all, Paige Bradley, in double digits in her first triple of the night.
She's got 11 points now, 4 rebounds, 7 assists.
Jacobs tries to step through.
Travel call.
Oh, shuffles the feet. Great defense there from Simmons.
I really do appreciate Simmons' game. I mean, doesn't always get the statistical recognition, but she gets her fingers in everything. I mean, she is out there working defensively, swinging the ball, lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm.
Jacobs and Simmons going at it now off the ball. Bradley finds Pizzy in the corner. She's had success from downtown today. Pizzy, that's 3 of 4 from downtown for the Pigs.
And 18 points, maybe that's why she's on top of the MVP vote right now. Has hit some big shots in this second half, and that's back to 10.
Well, she came up big against the Kāhu the last time as well with 19 points, 13 rebounds, and 8 assists, Pizzy.
Oh, they could have used that. Right now, keeps possession with the Kāhu, though, with that fantastic effort.
Tauihi trips on the sign while trying to sub in.
I'll tell you what, if I was the Kāhu, I'd be killing that sign because it's tripped like 4 players today.
Yeah, probably got the best placement in the world for it, I gotta say.
It's on the signage map. That's where it goes.
Sorry, pardon me. Anderson checked out as
Oh,
well.
good pick.
Haley through contact as well.
A really nice pass there by Mansfield, allowing that play to develop, and Haley Reinell grinds through it for the bucket.
Let it be known as well, Tauihi in the game with 4 fouls. Not 5 fouls, that would have been crazy. She's got 1 to give with 5 minutes. She's got to be careful. Dart.
Runner.
Floater to go.
Well, they've hit a couple of those shots. Dart really showing off the skill that she's developed. Great size for a guard, but soft touch as well. Little Dart off the bench, 13 points now.
Simmons beats Haley to the spot. Bowman.
Look at Simmons' work rate, man.
Step back Bowman, no good. Speaking of work rate, Jacobs creates another possession, leaves it short. All things going the way of the Hoiho. Bradley. Simmons, back to Bradley. No rush here for the Hoiho. This ball swinging around. Goes to Dart, way too long into Richards.
Well, it seems like that 25-point third quarter is a long way to go.
I think so. That was a freakish effort from the Hoiho.
Well, they're up to 14 now, so they haven't cooled down that much, but imagine where it would be if they could just cut down these turnovers. Every possession is a good possession for them for the most part.
Up to 17 on the game in terms of turnovers. Similar stat for the Kāhu as well. Mansfield putting her head down and trying to work. 5 seconds on the clock. Curtin can't get the pass from Tauihi, tipped away by Dart.
All right, 4 minutes here. 10-point difference. If the Kāhu don't start, they've been doing good defensively, but they have to string offensive possessions together. I think they need a bucket here.
Tauihi is going to be the person who has to do it, and it's too late. Simmons, again, getting a stop. Cameron is not happy. Tauihi is not happy, but the Hoiho are.
Simmons being allowed to play with a high level of physicality. You know, she's moving her feet. She's got her arms in there as well. She's blanketed over Tauihi. I thought the defense was good, but those are the whistles that you wish were coming your way when you feel like you can't get that offense going.
Bradley skips it over to Simmons. Simmons finds Edwards. Edwards out to Dart. Dart takes a contested mid-range. You'll be happy with that if you're the Kāhu.
Shot clock was going down, so they had to get something up. Did Dart tuck that?
I don't know if she did.
The reaction, it didn't seem to me like it changed directions. You know, normally when a ball gets tipped, you can see it happen in midair, but either way, stays with the Kāhu. Need to get it across quickly because that's 8 seconds.
Ooh. Get away with one there, the Kāhu. Mansfield. They need to score here, like you said, Casey. But they just can't find anything right now. Can she make something work? No, she can't. Scoreless again for the Kāhu.
Yeah, it's been transition predicated. If they don't get those early looks, it's been really tough to grind it out with execution.
Edwards finds the backdoor cut on Dart. Wraps around to Pizzy. Love it from the Hoiho.
Moving without the basketball. First Dart with the backdoor cut, then Pizzy becoming Dart's release valve. Just love to see that kind of connection.
Again, here's that energy from the Hoiho. It's going to stay with the Kāhu, fortunately.
Paige Bradley hustling through for that. Timeout now to the Kāhu. 2:41, 12 points of difference. Unfortunately for them, it is a mighty tall hill that they have left to climb.
52-64, doable, but
anything's
tough.
possible. Anything is possible. There is no doubt about that. And miracles happen all the time. And this one wouldn't quite be miraculous, but it would be difficult as we take a look at that good health MVP. Beck Pizzy at the top of the ladder, 43% right now. Bowman and Curtin for the Kāhu right behind. Paige, I gotta say, Paige Bradley would be my MVP today, but Pizzy, she's been fantastic. 20 points, 9 rebounds. Jessie Edwards, 7-11. Lil Dart off the bench, 13, 2 and 2. Paige Bradley, 11 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds. There has been a lot of big performances for this Hoiho squad today.
I was going to say Bradley has fouled 5 steals.
The 5 steals aren't bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, you know.
You know,
Kind of rounds out the stats.
I've heard defense actually counts in basketball as well.
No.
I've heard it all counts.
Who told you that?
A lot of coaches.
Did you listen, though?
Oh, I always listen to coaches. And then I would always talk back afterwards. But I listened contently while they were talking.
Most Casey Frank sentence ever, right?
Yeah, I was listening. But have you considered?
Kāhu, they're not far away.
What happens here? 2:41 left. It's got to be a bucket every time and a stop every time for the Kāhu. It starts here.
They've done so well in this game, but it's all about stringing 4 quarters together. That's been the season-long motto for the Kāhu. They do well in quarter 1, 2 maybe, but third quarter becomes that Achilles heel.
Yeah, that third quarter once again outscored by 13 points, and they're down 12.
Curtin needs a bucket. Oh, is that just not synonymous with how the second half has gone for the Kāhu?
Edwards picked up the rebound, number 12. She has been fantastic on the inside. Has a pressure release valve, an occasional offensive weapon, and a great rebounder.
Oh, dive from Bradley. Jacobs fouls Edwards.
Ooh, that looked pretty clean up high. Might have been some body contact, but Edwards gets it delivered on a platter by Bradley. She is so good at setting up her bigs right underneath the bucket. Doesn't get the finish, but off to the Chemist Warehouse strike. Now Edwards, not great from the Chemist Warehouse strike at all times, so an opportunity still open for the Kāhu.
Misses the first, just like you alluded to there. Just under 60% from the free throw line this season. Composed on the second and gets it to go from the Chemist Warehouse. That lead's gone out.
Always impressed by
13.
that second make after a miss. You know, that's when the pressure's really on. You can come back with 0 buckets, then we're in a bit of trouble.
Tauihi.
Extremities stackled.
That's a good call. The Barcard officials had an easy job with that one.
Simmons did not leave any doubt about that. Nice move by Tauihi. And Simmons says, I'll take it down.
I mean, it's a good foul in the sense that you don't want to give up anything easy.
But also a good foul in that it's extremely physical without being over the top. She doesn't bring her hands down. It's a body contact foul. You can get away with heavy contact in that case.
That's good timing on the call here from Jodie Cameron as the gym goes completely silent.
Unsurprisingly, she would like some more whistles coming her way.
Yeah. Tauihi does well to make those both. Of course, Tauihi, the only player for the Kāhu to be around for all 4 seasons. There's that physicality on the other end. No call. Done! You'd feel like that's one of the final nails in the coffin.
Well, when you try and take that charge, if you don't get a whistle, everybody else is out by themselves. And Amy Jacobs had to come over and help. That opens up the 3-point shot. And that pretty much closes the door on this ball game.
Right now, Mansfield, they're trying to make something work here, but the pieces aren't connecting. Curtin, she'll get the rebound. It's going to go off some feet. Everyone's on the floor, but it will be Hoiho possession.
On the jump ball. Jump ball called, so that arrow goes to them. 14 points of difference. A little over 90 seconds left. Just got to take care of this ball. And this one will be over.
It's devastating for the Kāhu, who have fought well today here, Casey. And it does rule out their chances of getting to the playoffs. Are we confident?
I think this pretty much wraps it up. I think with this one, that's their 5th win. I don't think the Kāhu can get in. And this win, I believe, seals it without actually doing any calculations or have facts.
No one wants to do any maths, but, you know, we got a pretty good feeling about it. Mansfield beats the defender. Rynell's got to let that one go. Great catch and shoot. Back to 12.
No, the math is done, unfortunately, for the Kāhu. This will be the 5th win for this squad. We take a look at the standings. 5 for the Polokai, 5 for the Hoiho, and the Kāhu now will only have 4 games left.
Scouting scenes for the ladies from the Tamaki Mikoto. Simmons gets an easy bucket on the front of the rim. And you just hope that the Kāhu can grind it out for 40 more seconds. You don't want to see anything easy come the way just because they've lost the game. Here's Mansfield, and that's been the tale of today.
How about the Hoiho, though, putting the foot down? Listen, we're gonna come out with a little bit better percentage because of the way this finished. Disappointing finish, but you gotta love the fight for the Kāhu. Great effort, great energy. Unfortunately, just couldn't maintain it for the full 40.
Bradley thought that was going to go out. Dart, sharp shooter. Lil Dart leaves her hand in the air. She's 4 from 6 from downtown today.
19 points for Dart off the bench. The super sub does it again.
Mansfield will rattle one home and give the crowd a bit of satisfaction.
Yeah, those triples have been few and far between for the home side. That is now 6 for 21 from deep.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Southern Hoiho bounce back and grab the win, 73-59 after a massive second half effort from the Travellers.
Fantastic defense in that third quarter. That set the tone, held the home team to just 12 points, their lowest scoring total of the game in any quarter, while they scored 25 themselves. And they doubled that up in this fourth quarter with another 25, 50 second half points after scoring just 23 in the first. Everything changed at that halftime. Hoiho found the energy on both ends and were able to keep this Kāhu squad winless.
Todd Marshall sure had some things to say in that halftime chat, that's for sure. Casey Frank will head off to grab someone for a post-game interview. Pizzy, 20 points, 9 rebounds and 4 assists. Paige Bradley had 11 points, 9 assists, and 5 steals. There is Pizzy, your game MVP by a long shot. The Kiwi who is playing for the Hoiho this season. Some other great efforts off the bench. Lil Dart with 19 points. She had 3 rebounds and 2 assists in what was a really, really good team effort. Jesse Edwards as well. You've got to give her credit. 8 points and 13 massive rebounds. And of course, your game MVP is Rebecca Pizzy. He's over with Casey Frank now.
Huge second half from the Hoiho today. 23 points in the first half, 25 points in each quarter in the second half. What was the change at halftime that enabled the squad to find that efficiency offensively?
I think we were getting really good shots in the first half. They just weren't dropping. So we just said, stick to ourselves, just play good defense, rebound, trust that those shots will come, and they did. And we did a great job of finding each other for wide open shots.
And speaking of the defense in that third quarter, really turned the screws on the Kāhu, especially in transition. They found a lot of success there in the first half, but none in the second half. What was the key to slowing them down in that area?
Look, I think it was the second game of a doubleheader. We kind of didn't have our legs under us in the first half. We went in, we said, let's lock in, everybody do their job, and we came away with a win, which is great.
The 5th win of the season, this seals playoff positioning. What's the focus of the Hoiho coming down the stretch now as you look to solidify where your seed's going to be sitting there in that 4th spot now, but some chance for movement as well?
Win. Keep playing together, stick together, just do everything together, and yeah. Win.
Win's a great one. We'll leave it on that. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Pizzy clearly stoked after that win and a good old yarn with Casey Frank. There is the Kāhu getting in their post-game stretches, who are definitely gutted after losing that one. The Kāhu. Casey Frank joins me back. How was that chat with Rebecca Pizzy there?
Yeah, Beck Pizzy there, she said it all. What's left to do? Just keep winning. Well, 20 points for her on the day. Fantastic effort, and she did it efficiently. That second half, it was all about the second half for this Hoiho squad. How about Lil Dart off the bench? 19 points. The work on the glass was fantastic overall for both squads. 46-38 advantage ends up on the side of the Hoiho, led by Edwards and Pizzy, with Richards and Jacobs chipping in with 5 apiece. Nice job by Abby Curtin and Haley Rynell holding it down, but once again, the Kāhu a little bit hamstrung without that size up front. Look at the assist. Paige Bradley, a 10-piece. Gets that double-double. Making noise on the triple-double with steals, but leads the way there. 10 assists, 23 assists on 26 buckets for the Hoiho today. That is great facilitation for your teammates. A little bit of a block party with Jacobs there. twin sister didn't get in on the other side. But unfortunately for her, Claire Jacobs now 2-0 all time against her sis.
No. She can hold it over her for a very long time.
Possibly forever.
Possibly. In all honesty. And how about those steals?
Paige Bradley there, she just did a little bit of everything. You know, Beck Pizzi certainly deserving of player of the game status, but for me it was Bradley, the way she controlled the game, the way she impacted things. Abby Curtin getting quite a few steals on the other end, but it wasn't to be on the day. And there is your good health MVP, Beck Pizzi. Fantastic effort from her.
Well, it was a great second half effort for the Hoiho. The bounce back from a Friday night buzzer beater loss, travelled to the other end of the country, and they've gotten it done against the Kāhu team who had a heck of a start. Let's take a look at the upcoming fixtures. The Kāhu have a bounce back in Porirua against the Queens. Unfortunately, nothing will do on their playoff surge. It is playing for,
hey,
what would you say? Playing for pride. Absolutely.
Hey, you're playing to win. You still want to win.
Still want to win. Still want to finish the season on a good note.
You know what's better than losing? Winning.
Who would have thought it?
And a little bit of a programming change. No game next Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. So a doubleheader next Sunday.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It's going to be a lot of work for me.
Just what you like, Casey Frank.
Love work. Work's the best.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Sky Sport, ESPN YouTube, or TikTok even. The Southern Hoiho get it done over the Kāhu and keep their playoff chances alive. Ka kite.